Wow, hello. Yes, listen, I'm just now getting up, getting ready. And before I start my day, even though it's about to be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I wanted to stop through and I wanted to come and educate some people on some things because I just want to jump this very quickly because I don't want to spend a lot of time here. Last night, that video went so long. I needed an hour. It went into other shit. I won't say disrespect it. That's why I don't do call-ins. I don't do sit downs like that. It interfered with some tea. So anyway, we get about that. I love my people. But either way, I want to educate some people on some things because I received a video of, give me one moment. I received a video. Let me see something really quickly. Okay. What would I see that at? There we go. Let me go in and do this really quickly. Okay. I don't see that option. Okay, give me one moment. There we go. So this video is going to stir up a lot of people, a lot of emotions in people, and I don't really care because I'm about the truth. And if you're going to come public with information, you need to come public with the whole truth and nothing but the motherfucking truth. So help you God. Okay. So the topic of the video is hoodoo. Now, there's a lot of people around YouTube, off of YouTube. I think it's mostly on YouTube because that's the day and age we're in right now, where people are claiming that they come from a line of, and also just heads up, in this video, I'm going to be talking about voodoo very lightly and hoodoo majority, okay? And I'm also going to be talking about some celebrity stuff too, because the video that I got last night / this morning was of someone claiming that they know some things about what these celebrities are practicing because they're giving out this information saying that this person did this, they're going on and on and on and on and on. And yes, it sounds cute because it sounds like they know what they're talking about, right? If I didn't know anything about magic, if I didn't know anything about Satanism, Luciferianism, I don't know anything about hoodoo, voodoo, none of that stuff. There's a whole bunch of ancient art out there, but there's only certain topics that people talk about publicly because that's all they know. Okay, so when I saw this video, I said, this person's acting like they know what they're talking about. And I doubt they ever left their land. I doubt they ever met anybody from the Caribbean. I doubt they ever been to the Caribbean. I doubt they ever been to Europe. They know somebody from Spain. I doubt these things. I doubt they know anybody from Africa as well. I doubt it. So let's start with hoodoo. Okay, so it's like I said, it's going to be jumpy, but I'm going to be very consistent with what I'm talking about. So hoodoo, there are people saying that there's kitchen hoodoo, there's eclectic hoodoo, there's gothic hoodoo, there's natural hoodoo, there's blah blah hoodoo, voodoo, people making up all this shit. Okay, I'm going to say this in layman's terms, and we're going to go into other things. There are two main types of hoodoo. You have ancient style, old style, grandma style, whatever you want to call that style. And you have modern / urban / commercialized. That's all that I've been at. So the two main sides, let's just keep it real, traditional hoodoo and commercialized hoodoo. Now, although there are two main types of hoodoo, there are subcategories to those hoodoos. And no, they're not gothic hoodoo. No, there's no damn comedic hoodoo. There's no damn cemetery hoodoo. There's no damn European hoodoo. Bitch, please. So the original hoodoo, we're going to call old conjure style, is also known as plantation hoodoo. Plantation hoodoo have nothing but African influences. And the reason why hoodoo came about, because people from the Congos, now I want to break this down so people can understand this. When we talk about practicing magic of the land, we mean whatever land you're on, there's magic that has taken place there. There's magic that is still active there. And what people tend to do is they ignore that energy. They want to worship or they want to get to know other people's cultures and energies, and they offend the spirits that are in that land that they're in. And then that's when you start getting curses. You start getting stuff that they're doing, not manifesting. People not knowing what their lineage line is. And that's something too. Magic is about your lineage line. Magic is not about the idea that someone has a book out there and you jump up on that and I just want to get in, I want to learn that. That looks cute. It's about lineage line. And I said this before and I will always say this. A lot of people don't have it in them. Everybody cannot do magic. Everybody cannot be a powerful spiritualist. You know, a lot of people are meant to come to people to do work, because you just don't have it in you. And that could be whatever it is. Maybe your ancestors were lazy. Maybe your ancestors didn't want to put you in that bullshit. Maybe your ancestors were dealing with something that caused a spirit of confusion to take over and it hindered them from moving forward. So that also blocked you. And now because we got this internet shit going on, which I'll go into that, everybody all of a sudden is, I think I'm a witch, I think I'm feeling it. Yeah, I watched the Craft and that made me want to be a witch. And yeah, I showed they were doing that was so cute. And all this little bullshit that people are out here doing. So the reason why hoodoo was brought into the plantations is because obviously they wasn't in the land that they were from, and those spirits in those lands did not want to move. And there's a lot of spirits, which I want to say this, there's a lot of spirits in the lands of Cuba. There's a lot of spirits in the land of Puerto Rico. There's a lot of spirits in the land of Dominican Republic. There's a lot of spirits in the land of Hades that will not come from Hades to America. So people have to go to that land to pay homage and venerate those spirits over there. Now, sometimes people could get favored and bring those spirits over here, but that's very rare. That's very, 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 very rare. And that's with any type of magic. If you want to learn some real magic about a certain culture, a certain land, you have to know people that are from that land, or you have to go over there. You cannot be in America, going on YouTube, going on Google, how you do that? I want to know how to do that playing magic. How you do that? In Cuba, what that type of magic do? It's not going to work, boo-boo. It's not going to work. And that's why a lot of people in America, and they could be from these countries, they could be from these places, when they come here, they take your ass back over there, because you are not going to get the real up over here. Now there are, and I will say this, there's a lot of spirits like the Orishas and the saints and stuff. They have what we call subordinates or trickster spirits around them. So what they will do, especially they don't fuck with you, they will have you thinking that you're honoring them. They will have you thinking that you're connected to them. And in return, you're fucking with the trickster spirit. You fucking with a group of them, actually. And slowly but surely, they'll give you what you want. And then slowly but surely, you'll start getting the shit taken away from you. So, like I said before, in order for you to be a part of a certain practice of magic, you have to be able to go to that land. And that's why I was talking about this on my other channel. I'll talk about this now. You cannot be in America venerating and honoring African spirits, Asian spirits to the fullest. This is why, like I said, people still go back to their homeland. Because think about it, bitch, if you were in this land and you built this land with your fucking hands and your sweat and your blood and your tears, and someone hop up and move to Australia, really, would you give up the shit you work for to go help somebody in a whole nother land that you know nothing about? Even in living time, this is still, we're talking about energy. Would you really do that? I know I wouldn't. So the same thing with these spirits, they're not going to do that. So like I said, plantation hoodoo is the watered down version of voodoo, the real spiritual shit that's working with real spirits of the land. And in fact, plantation hoodoo is the closest thing that you would get to real voodoo, because of course there was, like I said, all African influences. There was no influences of paganism. That also goes into old style hoodoo, when you got a lot of these people out here talking about their grandmamas. My grandmama was a witch. My grandmama was a hoodooist. My grandmother used to do this and that. Well, why the fuck is your magic so paganistic? Why is your magic so European paganistic? Excuse me. Why is it so European-based paganism? Magical influences. Why are you using European languages? You know, why are you not out here giving out the terms and the practices and speaking about the herbs that they have in Africa and in the Caribbean, because they left from Africa. They went into other places like the Caribbean, Hawaii too, that's specific, but still those places over there and over here in the Atlantic area. And they brought their herbs. So like I said, if your grandmama was a real hoodooist and you're a real hoodooist, why are you not practicing old style hoodoo? While the hoodoo that you're practicing is what we call lucky mojo hoodoo. Now, let's go into it. You have plantation hoodoo, which is the closest thing to the real type of spirituality that you would ever get when it comes to powerful, primordial, fierce energy. Then you have what we call where commercialized with hoodoo was starting to change. They were trying to kill the real African folk. They were trying to take away the Native American, the real, true indigenous stuff. They were trying to take that shit away. So then they started transitioning and saying, well, we gotta change things up. This is the new era. So let's take some of that old shit, minus the African shit, and let's give it a twist. So now you have I was gonna say pre-colonized hoodoo. We'll say you have the beginnings of where hoodoo is starting to get watered down, right? Okay, then you have post, right? When new things started coming out, you had a lot of these people coming out saying, while your husbands are away, let's talk about wars and all that, because that changed everything. Civil wars, people going to Vietnam, that changed everything. Pearl Harbor, all this stuff, any war, the war on Iran, the war in Afghanistan, all these wars, Indonesia, all these wars are spiritual symbolism that there's a change in the spirit world. And there's a lot of people that are aware of this. And I hope I'm not saying too much, but they use these little instances, these little situations to confuse people and to water shit down to where people think they're actually doing some shit and they're really not. Okay, so now we talked about plantation, pre, post. Now let's go into what we all know about on YouTube and these forums called Lucky Mojo Hoodoo, Internet Hoodoo, Urban Hoodoo, watered down shit. Which a lot of these so-called Southern, I'm Creole, I'm from Alabama, I'm from Texas, I'm from Missouri, I'm from Louisiana. And it's just like, girl, but if you are part of the real shit, real people don't talk about what they do. I know a lot of people that practice the real shit, Haitian voodoo and Louisiana voodoo. They don't talk about their shit. Anybody that lives down in Louisiana, you can vouch for me. You don't see no signs outside of New Orleans, which is a tourist attraction. It's like fucking Chinatown. No, not Chinatown. New York. New York has the area with the tourist people. Chinatown. No, it is Chinatown, right? And in Grantstown, they have these knockoff labels shit. And then San Francisco got their shit too. LA do too. LA do too. Every major city have these parts where it's watered down fake shit to attract people. Then on the outskirts, real. And that's what's going on with these YouTube people, that they're all copying the internet shit, which came out in the 90s, late 80s, early motherfucking 90s. And you got people that are born in fucking 60s and 70s on here talking about they've been knowing hoodoo their whole damn life. But why is the techniques that you're giving out on YouTube and the things that you're talking about is based after Catherine, is it Rod Iron? Why is it so pagan, European induced? If you're so pro-black and motherland and African and doing all this shit about that getting this speaking the tongue of the Orishas and shit like that's a game. That's a motherfucking game. And that's exactly why I said before, I cannot mess with these spiritualists on YouTube. None of these spiritualists, outside of the ones who are from Hades, Ghana, and they still are into their culture. They have their tongue still, which means they speak their language. They're not out here trying to add, yo, what's up, man? We from Jamaica, man. They're not out here faking that bullshit. I don't fuck with anybody outside of that. Because a lot of people practice internet shit. And they want people to think that people like me is afraid of that shit. I'm not afraid of nothing that's watered down, counterfeit, fake, or motherfucking fraudulent. If you really know what you know, then like I said before, those spirits would have kept you. Okay, those spirits would have kept you from going wherever it is you need to go. And we could talk about that. But like I said, I want to keep it very simple, and I don't want to make this 3-hour far long video, okay? Because I got things I have to do, I'm not like a lot of these people that just sit up in my house and coin today, let me eat my people are there. Girl, bye. I'm actually getting out, touching people, mama, which a lot of you people do too. Because, I think you become a delusional with this internet shit. You're just on the internet Googling shit and just, oh my God, did you see that? Yeah, God, I mean, Okay, so now that we got hoodoo out the way, which brings us to modern day YouTube spirituality and Instagram spirituality, where motherfuckers are showing on their Instagram the counter work they're doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not real. That's not traditional hoodoo. Traditional hoodoo is practiced in secret. Traditional hoodoo also had outside. Now we talk about plantation. Plantation still incorporated Bible scriptures because voodoo did not. Voodoo was a whole nother thing. But plantation hoodoo used scriptures. Hoodoo, plantation hoodoo is still Christian based. And people say, what type of Christian? Look it up. Protestant Christianity. That is what the root of hoodoo. So you are looking at these hoodoo videos of these motherfuckers that don't own no Bible, don't talk about no damn scriptures. Once again, they're practicing watered down, pay for commercialized hoodoo. You gotta have scriptures if you're practicing hoodoo. Now, if you're not doing that shit, then you need to say that you're doing witchcraft. You need to say that you're a Wiccan, and you come out and you give people your Wiccan spells that you're doing because you're not motherfucking practicing hoodoo. And that's what really gets me pissed off too. Because a lot of these people go on these little, oh, but this bitch from California, you know, this bitch from California. Bitch, my family's from the Caribbean, my family's from the South, the East Coast, and the motherfucking Midwest, bitch. My stepfather's from Louisiana, baby girl. Creole, Cajun motherfucker. Okay, let's talk about, I grew up on the food, bitch. He knows the motherfucking language, bitch. Like I said before, I know what I know. I know what I motherfucking know. And it's so crazy that these people are from these places like Alabama, like Georgia, because Georgia also has some type of shit over there too, which I won't even go into that. Just like the North Carolinas, South Carolinas, and even Florida. But people don't really talk about that. And Memphis too. People don't talk about that because they let these Alabamians, you know, we're going to call it Alabamians, you know, Alabamians and Indianians, you know, and Oklahomians, you know, you know, let's give them a title, girl. You know, think that they really doing some shit when they're sitting back saying, bitch, what the fuck this bitch doing? This bitch ain't using no shit. And that's why the shit ain't working. That's why they sit here on YouTube countless hours, countless days. They invest money into making money. And that's what this YouTube has become. Even going into these little videos where I see these people exposing Satanism, and I'm sitting there looking like, how the fuck someone who grew up in the Christian church, because God didn't show you that. You know, the universal God controls good and evil. And I know one thing for sure. The universal God will not reveal other people's secrets to you unless you know your own motherfucking secrets. And a lot of people over here say that they're Christians and they don't know the whole truth about Christianity. They don't know the whole truth, because if you knew the whole truth, then bitch, you'll be doing exactly what we all doing, bitch. Using that shit to conjure up some shit. Let's talk about it. So with that being said, I look at these videos and these motherfuckers are like, yeah, they're all Satanists. They're all witches. Look at this shit. Your celebrities, they're doing blood sacrifices. They're all doing this. And first of all, blessings, okay? Blessings. You want to talk about blessings? You want to talk about what it means to be blessed? Blood have to be shed in order to receive a blessing. Look this up. Look it up. Bleaching. That's the correct term for blessing, honey. In order for you to be blessed, it takes blood to be shed, to be blessed. This is why in magic, people sacrifice animals. This is why in magic, people cut themselves up. This is why in magic, people sacrifice babies, if that's the case, if that's the path they want to go on. Now, that's a little layman's to me. That's a little basic to me, because there's a lot of things you could do outside of that. But it is what it is. I'm not here to judge people. But it's like, in order for you to receive any type of blessings, blood have to be shed. So when you look at these truther channels that like Christianity, oh yeah, they all Satanists, they all this and that. It's like, bitch, where you get this information at? Like, someone who's a Christian, which either you're lying about being a Christian, which I think that's the case for a lot of these motherfuckers. They're not really Christians. I think they really have some type of thing in these arts, and they come on YouTube to try to counteract it to get coin. You know, it's kind of like that church shit. I'm here to save you. No, we all know the pastor cannot save you. Pastor walking in the church limping. Pastor got financial problems. Pastor sick as hell. Bitch, I'm starting to get hot. Come on, let's turn this fan up. Pastor coming in the church limping and shit, talking about he gonna pray for you and he's a man of God, bitch. 25 years old, look like he's 70. And it's like, wait a minute. You're trying to convince me that God is working with you or he's communicating. Why I'm not blessed enough to hear the word of God? Why am I coming to a man who is equal to me or less than me to get the word with Yeah, that don't make no sense to me at all. So the same thing with that. That's what that shit is on YouTube too. Motherfuckers always do say yeah, they all do that. They all do that because they witches. Get them, y'all. Y'all gotta get these witches. Girl, bye. You ain't never gonna get a witch because your mama was a witch. Your mama was a witch or a wannabe witch, one or the other bitch. Everybody was not blessed to have this in them. Everybody was not blessed to have the power in them, honey. Unfortunately, it is what it is, girl. I'm not sitting here and sugarcoat shit to you. I'm not here to sell a book, honey. Because that's what all these people do. They try to sell you these books thinking, well, y'all got a book. If you want to do the magic that I'm doing, this is what you got to do. Bitch, please. They don't even got the magic. Going into that Durian virtue shit. You know, it is what it is, girl. Everybody does not have the power. You know, a lot of these people are commercialized, and that's what you say. They're just about advertising, but they're not about having the real. So let me move into voodoo. And while I go into voodoo, I'm going to also go into Cardi B and a few of these other celebrities that are practicing the arts. And what made me talk about, like I said, I got a video sent to me of another YouTube spiritualist giving her insight and trying to pass on as facts when she don't know shit about what Cardi B is doing, Azealia Banks is doing, or any of these Caribbean rooted people are doing. Okay, so voodoo, there's different types of voodoo. You have Dominican voodoo, Caribbean voodoo, Haitian voodoo, Louisiana voodoo, Cuba or Cuban voodoo, and there's another type of voodoo which is practiced in the Amazons. We'll keep it at that. I won't go into that. You know, it is what it is. So there's 5. I'm going to talk about Dominican voodoo today because, of course, Cardi B has been brought up a lot. People talk about she doing spell work, she's a Satanist, she's a Luciferian, and they said about everybody who do voodoo or any type of real spirituality. Because you can feel that energy. When people do real magic, you could feel that energy. That energy is heavy. And when people don't understand that shit, they pass it on as Satanism. Oh, that bitch got to work with the devil. Because I know a friend who's a witch, and her energy ain't like that. This bitch got to go work with the devil. Because there's no way. Or on the other side, this bitch has somebody doing it for her. No. What a lot of people don't know is that when it comes down to voodoo, now we talked about hoodoo. I want to keep this very straightforward with you when it comes to voodoo and any type of traditional magic. This is all lineage based. If you don't have no lineage line in any parts of the world that voodoo was a part of their life, you don't have the access to those spirits. You don't have power to get into those spirits. So no matter what book you buy, whether it's by a woman who visited Hades, or a woman who went to a tribe in Africa, honey, or she went to the Amazons, or she went to Louisiana, it doesn't matter. You're not going to have access to those spirits, bitch, because you're not a part of that lineage line. And it is what it is, girl. You cannot buy real spirituality. You cannot buy real spiritual power. No book out there, no person there can teach you how to be a real witch if you're not a real witch. It is what it is. Bitch, everybody's not meant to do this. And I always say this. How is everybody Indian chiefs when there's no Indians? Everybody all of a sudden is witches. Everybody all of a sudden is witch doctors and fucking Indian chiefs. Bitch, where the fucking tribes at? The people that were normal people that did not have access to that shit. Girl, bye. Y'all been confused. Y'all been set up for failure. That's why a lot of y'all got money problems. A lot of y'all got situations. You're hitting up these spiritualists to get work done. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's fucking up your money. It's fucking up your life. Things are going backwards, not forward. You wonder why you're still in the same trap. You're going in circles. Somebody told one of my clients that I'm possessive over my clients and this and that. And it's not about me being possessive over my clients. When clients come to me for work, I don't accept all people's work. All people's invitation. No, that's what it is. When people hit you up for work, that's an invitation. I don't accept all invitations you work. I don't care if you throw $15,000 at me. Bitch, I might want to buy me a brand new BMW or a brand new fucking Jeep that cost $33,000. They said, give me $15,000 now. And someone come to me and say, I got $15,000 for you. Let's do this work. Bitch, I'm going to question that shit first. All things that glisten is not motherfucking gold. Okay? I don't collect pyrite. Okay? And expect to exchange that in due time for motherfucking value. Let's talk about it. Okay? It's all about the real. So that being said, they told my clients, oh yeah, this bitch just possessive. And they got videos out there too. Bitch just possessive. No, I'm not possessive, bitch. I'm just about when people are coming through looking for some real shit, I'm about giving them that real shit. I'm not about collecting coin and just, oh, I gotta have a regular. Let me act like I'm doing something so I can keep applying. Let me act, yeah. No, that's what they all do. And like I said, ask them for a storyline of their life. Because we can do it. I could bring out aunties, uncles, mama, daddy, sister, brother, even motherfuckers that don't like me. And they can tell you my life story. But can these motherfuckers do it? Probably not, because a lot of them, their family don't fuck with them because they're liars. And a lot of them try to cut that shit out too. I met a black witch from the East Coast. I won't say no names. We're no longer talking. This bitch made up a whole motherfucking lie about her life because she didn't want her family. She didn't want people to trace her family. And to be honest with you, her family was Islamic. So a lot of the magic that she learned was from the Islamic path. Now, of course, there's different paths that comes from the Islamic stuff. We won't go into that. But yeah, she lied about everything: her age, her race, her gender, where she was from, just so people wouldn't do their research. But one thing about people that are pure in heart, God will always speak to them. This is why the scriptures, and this is why a whole bunch of other spiritual paths speak about having a pure heart. When your heart is pure and your intentions are right, honey, God will speak to you. Spirits will speak to you, and you will get insight on people like, wait a minute, sounds a little funny. And that's what went on. So, of course, when that person's shit was exposed, and it was exposed to our group of people, you know, then they start becoming combative with me and start trying to get me right together. Like I said, they tried. And that's when I say, yeah, it's all right then. Because you're trying to get me together, bitch, because I exposed what it really was. So going back into the voodoo, like I said before, Cardi B is, if you don't know, a Caribbean person. People said that her family is from, her mom's from Trinidad, her dad is from Dominican Republic, she's from Dominican Republic. We're gonna start off with her, okay? In Dominican Republic, they have something called Dominican voodoo, which is called the 21 divisions. Now, I won't go too far into that, but I'm just gonna break it down for you. And this is also gonna lead over to Exiliia Banks. There's 21 divisions. Each division, there's 3 separate divisions. There's 3 branches, right? And there's 7 in each branch. You have African, or we'll start with indigenous, which is of the land, okay? Native American spirits, Native American worship. You have African, which is the second row of 7, which is 14, which deals with African spirits like the Iwes and all the other good stuff. You know, the Orishas, if you want to go into, you know, this is that, whatever, okay? Then you have European influences, which of course are the saints, that they basically hid this spirit with that spirit with this spirit, okay? So when it comes down to Cardi B, there's no Luciferianism, there's no Satanism, okay? She has in her the lineage line to practice what she is practicing. I won't go into the Trinidadian stuff, I won't go into that stuff. I want to stay with the Dominican stuff. She's always paid her respect to her culture. If you look on the internet, if you know who Cardi B is, if you followed her for years, you know exactly what she's done. She's always been into this Caribbean-based magic. And what is happening is she is getting favor from the same spirits that reigned over Nicki Minaj. Now, I will always say this, and I said this before, and I will continue to say this, I always say this. It's not about other people's energy that people are pulling from. It's about spirits that have favor with certain people that give them the privilege to move forward in their life with certain arenas. And this is what's happening with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. There's a spirit that reigns up, because if you ask me, they kind of resemble each other too, if you ask me. If you ask me, there's a lot of similarity there. And Nicki Minaj had surgery, if you don't know. She had surgery and she lightened her skin. But if you look at an old picture of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, they have a lot of resemblance there. A lot of resemblance, okay? And that is a spiritual thing. So what is happening with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, there's a spiritual battle between who can offer the more to those spirits. And that's what it's always been with every celebrity out there. When you see these celebrities come out and you're like, oh, this celebrity reminds me a lot about Mariah Carey, like Ariana Grande. I won't go into that, but it is what it is. This is a spirit thing, not their spirits, not their essence. This is a higher power thing. So Cardi B is not a Satanist. Cardi B is not a Luciferian. Cardi B is what she is. She is a lineage line spiritualist who knows and practices the magic of her land, honey. And she is, like many other people, rare, is able to pull those spirits no matter where she go. Whether she's in New York, whether she's in Atlanta, whether she's in the DR, she can pull those spirits because her grandmother and or her great-grandmother and or her great-grandfather had respect, and they worked side by side with those spirits. So going into that, like I said, that's what it's about with that. Going into Exiliia Banks, the video I saw, the spiritualist said that Exiliia Banks had a spirit put on her because she wanted to get into Santeria or You know, it was a little switched up because I heard a person saying she was in Palo, then she's in South India, which I always said this before. A lot of people who have Caribbean blood, before they come into the arts of knowing who they are, they go through Palo first. A lot of people who are African rooted Caribbean people will go through Palo first. Okay. So with that being said, the person said that Azealia sounds like a white woman sometimes. She sounds like a Latin woman sometimes. She sounds like she's a gay man sometimes. This was what she was saying. She's built like a man, which a lot of black women are. No tea, no shade. A lot of black women are. And that's the testosterone thing. And we're going to that too. That is also a spiritual thing. Because of course, back in the day, you know, we could talk about this. You know, I don't really like going into slavery and all the good stuff, but we're gonna talk about this. When people go through something like rape and abuse, okay, when you have power, you have protection from spirits. A lot of times, especially DNA-wise, when you have spirits that can change your DNA, that's what evolution is. What happens is, when they were weak, curvy, just bones, nothing, you know, meat, bones, no muscle tone, no none of that, evolution would take place. Spirits would come in, they would start to possess, if you may say, and they would start to alter the features of these things that appear to be weak, right? Right? So they would change these women that are feminine, curvaceous, no muscle tone, they don't have it in them. Oh God, if someone slap them, you know, they'll be punching and they won't get at the body. And they will actually give them strength. And that's what goes on with this Azealia Banks and these women that are women that look very masculine. Yes, they have masculine spirits over them, but these masculine spirits came in and altered their DNA. And that allowed them to have these features to protect themselves. Now, I bet you this right now. Azealia Banks, this person said Azealia Banks is built like a man. Any celebrity you think is built like a man, I guarantee you this, they don't get their ass beat like men. They don't get their ass beat by men. I bet you that. I bet you if a man try to poke and tuck at those Azealia Banks, I bet she'll get his ass knocked out. The same thing with Queen Latifah's and Wendy Williams. You know, like I said, you know, it is what it is. You know, there's a reason why women are built to look the way they look. A lot of these women are not built that way. And I won't even go into that, but it is what it is. Okay. So Azealia Banks, like I said, she had a Dominican. She had a Dominican nanny, I think she said, a Dominican housekeeper, Dominican babysitter. Even in New York is very diverse when it comes to Latin American people blending in with African American people, because a lot of them, like Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, in certain parts of New York, actually they look African. So, you know, they can blend in. They do blend in. There's certain parts of New York I do know is segregated, like Spanish Harlem, but I still think there's like African Americans that live in the area. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But still, so she has all these influences on her, favors for her, and that also goes into something else too, but I'm waiting to talk about that. And that's what is going on. So just so happened, because she knew a lot of Caribbean Black folks that are Dominican, that are Cuban, that are Puerto Rican, whatever they are. Some of them are even Jamaican. Some of them are even, you know, from Barbados. She had a lot of these Caribbean influences on her, and these spirits also grew on her because they liked her. So this is why she have this accent. She picks up on these accents because you hang around with people, you start to talk like them. Okay, now going into her having a Latin spirit on her that does not like her, and this is why her life is fucked up. No. That's a lie. That's a lie. Azealia Banks will not move forward in her career, as many of you have never moved forward in your career. Many of you will not move forward in your career. Many of you will never be a doctor, lawyer, teacher, none of that shit. It's because you lack self-respect and self-power. Azealia Banks grew up in a house where there was a lot of open doorness. Now, we all know this, that children need structure and discipline in order to grow up to be successful, happy, and confident within themselves. When you have an open door policy at your home and you got different men coming in out your house, you got different nannies watching your kids, you got different people coming in, you know, these kids start to see this openness and they start saying, ooh, I want to be like Uncle Tom. I want to be like Auntie Jane. I want to be like this. I want to be like that. So what happens is you got people that take on other people's identities, especially children. Children are easily impressed. They're easily influenced. Excuse me, not impressed. I was going to say impressionable. So that's what happened with Azealia Banks. There's a lot of people that came in and out of her life, privately and publicly, and this is where these acts and stuff is coming from. Now, whether or not these spirits she worked with gave her power, there's no spirits that stay on you and hang around with you if they don't fuck with you. What will happen what will happen is you will start to get energy from these spirits, right? You will start to pick up certain things. And that's what these spirits like you, because like I said, they don't hang around with you. And as I said earlier in the video, you have like Oshun, and you have spirits that are beneath Oshun that a lot of people who think they're connected to Oshun, they will have these lower spirits messing with them, got them thinking that they win and shit and they part of that Lineage time, they're really not. Okay, so the same thing with what is going on with Azealia Banks or anybody. Azealia Banks do have favor with spirits, obviously, because she's doing better than a lot of you. Even the person who did this video, she's not in a garage somewhere with multiple children, you know, don't know who their daddy is, don't really know who they, you know, she don't know anything about it. Girl, bye. She obviously have leeway. Someone has opened those doors. Now, because she has to extend out of her lower self, okay, because a lot of these celebrities like Beyonce that are very successful, they have extended up. This is why Beyonce has a lot of twin images around her. She just had twins. You know, the twins state a lot of stuff. We won't go into that. That's a duality. 1111, you have to come from out of your lower self and extend into your crown, okay? And with that being said, Queen Bee, come on now. So Azealia Banks have to extend out of her lower self that animal instinct to want to snap back when somebody call you a black bitch, someone say you're a basic bitch, to want to pop back. That is your lower self. That is your animal instincts, honey. You have to come up out of that in order to be successful, in order to rise, okay? That whole rise and I'm on top, people take those words lightly. Those words are really meaning you are at the best. You are at the top. You are in your head. You are not the ass. And that's why Azealia Banks is not going forward. It's not that she's with a spirit and the spirit don't like her and if she go forward, she gonna fall back. Bitch, it's not that. She don't know who she is. She lacked self-power. And self-power is important in anything. If you don't know who you are, you will never know who you are. You will never know where you're going. People can pull you in and say, we want you to be a rap singer. Then all of a sudden, I think I'm a rap. Oh, we want you to be a this. And oh, I think I'm that. Yes, Azealia Banks is still a little girl. And that's what people don't understand. She is still the little girl. She might be a grown-ass woman, but Azealia Banks is still a little girl. She's still a little girl. And I said this before, and I will always say this. I found a picture of her on the internet where during this time of her life, she was abused. And I know she was molested, as many other people. I won't even go into that. But she is still that little girl that was abused, abandoned, and neglected. She knows who her mother is, but she did not have that connection with her mother. She would never have it. She's not even her grandmother. There's a lot of outside influences that are affecting her when she was a kid and even as an adult. So people don't understand this when you go, what you go through it as a kid and you have not got over that. You have not resolved those issues. That's why I say you need to go see a therapist. As an adult, you're going to replay that over and over and over, and that cycle is going to continue. It's going to continue. It's going to continue. And that's what's going on with Azealia Banks. Going into people pulling energy and, oh, you know, we're going to invoke the spirit of Queen Latifah. We're going to invoke the spirit of Wendy Williams, and she right here and she living. First of all, in spirituality, there's a term that we call that, but we'll keep it as Esperu ex Sancto. We'll keep it as that, okay? The whole process of invoking and evoking energy of people, especially when you're trying to tap into celebrities, to get the essence of someone, you have to, first of all, have the essence of yourself fully charged up. People that have been raped, molested, abandoned, disrespected, and they took that shit to heart, you can never fully get people's essence. Okay, you can never fully pull essence from people because yourself is not fully charged up. And as I said before, there's universal laws that are set in place, no matter how powerful you think you might be when it comes to spirituality. There's many rules that you cannot. There's many boundaries in place that you cannot go outside of, because then you will be playing God. Then you'll be saying, I'm greater than God. And that's where, you know, according to the story of the Bible, that's when Lucifer got dethroned and pushed out of motherfucking heaven because he thought he was God. He thought he was better than God. He thought he can rule and he had power. And that's what a lot of you motherfuckers do. That is your lower self. You think you have all these abilities and you have the power to do this and that. And I don't give a fuck. I don't like that bitch. She gotta go. She gotta go. You know, you just talk like you just running shit, and you really not. Especially you ran your ass to prison. If you were about that life, bitch, you would have went to jail. If you were about that life, bitch, your ass would have had to be on your damn knees to get by in life. Come on, let's talk about it. I don't even by knees, being subordinate to people that really don't like your motherfucking ass, just to collect the motherfucking check. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, honey. You would never have to been through that bullshit because you would have always knew your power. You would have always knew your worth. Those spirits would have stepped in when you were about to fall out. They would have stepped in and said, no, let me pull you back up. And that's what I always say too. How are you working with spirits that are letting you drown? How are you paying respect to ancestors that failed you to where they didn't make you stay in school, that they did not allow you, they did not put in your brain to marry a man or a woman that was going to benefit you in the long run? How can you still sit there and worship and honor these motherfuckers? There's something there. There's a blockage. There's some type of mental shit going on there. But anyway, you cannot pull people's energy unless your energy is together. So in real magic, and like I said, you know, in this video, I'm going to probably step on some toes and crush some people's hopes and dreams. And, you know, it's okay. You know, we get over it. You know, we all experience hurt. We all experience pain to, you know, a certain level. We all experience a certain level of pain, but you will get over this, girl. In magic, now we could talk about the tranquil spirit. We could talk about anima sola. You know, depends on who you are, what you're talking about, which is Latin, by the way. The solo spirit, that's what it means, sola anima. Anyway, what happens is in real magic, why people are able to manifest things from other people or block other people. The whole point of magic is called defensive magic, okay? And I did a class on this, okay? Defending yourself, but also weakening your opponent. In order for you to weaken your opponent, to break through to them, in order to curse them, in order to get what you want out of them, right? With them knowing or without them knowing, you have to first take their spirits away. You have to snatch one by one. In order to do that, you got to know what spirits are with them. And that's why I always tell y'all, stop telling people what spirit you worship. Stop telling people what you got on your altar. Oh, that's my altar. Yeah, you see right there, that's mama right there. See that right there? Yeah, that right there. Yeah, that's a baby. Keep that shit to yourself. Because motherfuckers will know what you're doing. That's why they always say the right hand don't let the left hand know what it's doing. Motherfuckers will say, "Oh, she worked with that spirit. Let me get in. Let me weaken that spirit." And that's what happens. People will weaken the spirits around you. Once your guard is completely down, they then reintroduce you to new spirits, which are their own spirits. And these spirits start attacking your ass because they you know, just like them, they don't like you. These spirits don't like you. So they start attaching themselves to you. And then your ass get weakened, you get fucked up, you get cursed, you lose money, you lose your man, you lose your car, you lose your house. Everything is gone, you're sleeping on a box, you're sharing apartments with your family, your friends. Yes, that is real magic. That is real magic. That's what magic happens. When magic happens and it manifests, spiritual physically, that's what happens. And in order for the person to weaken your energy and weaken your spirits, they have to be strong. Their spirits have to be strong. In order to have their spirits to be strong, they have to be in themselves. They have to be confident, secure, know themselves. They're not easily angered. They cannot be shaken. Bitch, you can call them a man, a nigga, a black bitch, bald-headed bitch, this bitch or that. They're not going to be moved by it because they know what they are. They know what they're capable of doing. And their spirits around them is going to comfort them. Even if they start to even, you know, think about like, I can't believe this bitch called me that. The spirits are going to come and say, bitch, don't worry about that. And that's what happened. So like I said before, in order for somebody to be able to get in and attack you, you have to either allow them in voluntarily or involuntarily. Voluntarily is being submissive to what you think is coming. Mystic, someone cursed me. Mystic, someone put something on me. Mystic, can you tell me who put something on me? Mystic, you are automatically thinking that, not knowing that this is a setup for you to rise up. Not knowing that this is a setup, you're thinking it's a setback. So you're like, girl, oh my God, Mystic, yeah, this is so crazy because I tried to apply for that job and just, I felt like when I went into the interview, they were going to fire me, and sure enough they did. And it's just like, nobody put a curse on you, baby girl. This is a setup. You were trying to leave that job for 5 years now, and now Spirit said it's time to go. You know, don't hold on to shit because you think it's beneficial to you. When you start doing spiritual work on shit, Spirit will come in and show you what is meant for you, what's not meant for you, bitch. When it's not meant for you, bitch, keep it moving. Okay, so going back to that, like I said, people have to involuntarily get you, which means they know your shit is weakened. They know you don't got no shit. They gotta know what spirits is around you to weaken that shit, and then they come through. Or like I said, they make you think they're doing something on you, and then you go, "Oh my God, they put something on me, y'all. I'm scared." Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Fear is gonna fuck you up. That's it. I won't even go into that. Fear is going to fuck you up. Okay, good. I got 25 more minutes. Listen, magic is about energy, which is broken down into many things. Money's energy, spirit is energy, your hair is energy, your nails are energy, your dresses, your clothes is energy, the couch you sit on is energy. Everything you do is energy. TV is energy, your friends are energy. So when it comes to magic, it's about manipulating these energies. This is why magic allows things to happen. Magic is a science. Magic is not a fairy tale thing to where they say everybody's magical. We all have powers. Yeah, we do. Yeah, to an extent. Like, girl, you know, everybody cannot be kings and queens. Some of y'all, unfortunately, Black people were servants. Some of your ancestors were servants. It is what it is. Not all you people were in Africa kings and queens. Who were beneath you? You know, who was beneath you if you were all kings and queens? I mean, at once upon a time, did they have white folks in Africa being slaves and servants? I mean, I'm just being real here. Like, all of you people were not kings and queens. And it shows in your mentality and it shows in your life. Because like I said before, it's all about lineage line. It's all about lineage line. It's all about what comes through. And you break down lineage too. It's line of ages. Let's talk about it. But it's all about what was your grandparents doing? What was your great-grandparents doing? What was your parents doing? And what are you doing? You can't say my great-grandmother was a hoe. My great-grandfather was a pimp. My grandmother was a slut. She had 20 kids out of wedlock. Nobody was married. My grandfather was never at home. My mama had 7 kids by 7 different men. My dad was never home. And then all of a sudden you out here telling people that you're a witch and you got power. And I got power. Yeah, let me show y'all a commercialized YouTube video, y'all. I'm gonna put some glitter and some water and some food coloring and tell y'all what it is. Ain't nobody believing that shit, girl. But those who want it, the wannabes. Going back to the Salem witch trial, people always say, I have my bloodline traced back to Salem witch trial. That is the biggest joke that I think I've ever heard. That's the biggest fucking joke I think I've ever heard. I think that is the biggest fucking joke. No real witches were slammed or murdered during the Salem witch trials. Those are all cover-ups, wannabes. Maybe people got a whiff, because you can smell people's energy. You can smell when a bitch is a witch. You can smell that shit, girl. You don't need to say, who's a witch? You can smell it, you can see it, you can feel it, bitch. In the words they speak, the actions they do, bitch, you don't even gotta say shit. You're like, girl, something ain't right with over there. Bitch, something ain't right with this, but this bitch is a little different. So you think that these motherfucking witches had connection to the lands? Do you think they had connections to the land, and you think they were going to let some Christian man or woman or Quaker man or Quaker woman hang them? Does that sound right? Because that story right there would tell me that there's no such thing as a witch. That whole thing right there would make me say, bitch, witches ain't real. If you can hang a fucking tribe of witches, they not real. Because there's power in numbers. So it's like, what the hell are you talking about? That your yeah, well, they said I was hung. Yeah, they said that my great-great-grandmother was hung. Yeah, they were. Those were wannabe people, girl. They were not real people. The real witches escaped, girl. You know, they got down to Louisiana. They got down to Florida. They got over here to the West Coast. You know, they went down to the Carolinas. They went up to North. They went up to Canada. You know, they snuck on in, girl. They planted their seeds there, and they seeds spread it out. And, it is what it is. And a lot of people know their rights. They know what they are, and they don't come forward and they don't talk about it. You know, the ones that usually come out and say, I'm a witch, 25 years in practicing, y'all. Ha. Bow down to me. Those are the ones that really don't have that power. That's that self-righteous shit. That's that I've been through shit in my life. I have to pull on my identity to make me seem like I'm better than other people so I can be worshipped, because my mom and dad didn't give me love and attention, so I'm gonna get on YouTube and get it. That's what it's about. I didn't get attention as kids. I don't get attention in my real life, so let me get on YouTube. Let me play the role so I can get my attention. And that's to say, you going into not just the spiritual people, outside of spiritual people. You got these YouTubers out here trying to expose spirituality and witches and this and that. And it's just like, but y'all never show y'all face. Y'all never show y'all wives, if you have any. You never show us who you are, because you know, like I know, because the Spirit of God walks with me. The Spirit of mercy, grace, and discernment walks with me, honey. We all know that you don't have that. So because you have no real life when you log off of YouTube, it's, let me think. YouTube is my way of living. And that's where catfishes come from too, by the way. People catfish on the internet because they wish that they look like the person in that image. They wish they had the life that this person's image could provide. So in real life, they're just boring ass slob that nobody wants to be around. So they create this alter ego, you know, this false sense of self to make people believe that that's really who they are. And the same thing with this shit on here. And a lot of people always say this too. Well, transgender, we think transgender is. No, baby girl, you got that totally twisted, bitch. People like me have always been here, even before TV came out. So there's no influences of this. There's no influences of this, because there was influences of this on TV and radio and movies. Then bitch, all of y'all will be doing this. Let's talk about it. All of you motherfuckers will have this mindset. Girl, it wouldn't be 1 in 40,000. It would be 1 in 30,000. Girl, let's get it together. It wouldn't be that low. It would be a lot more. It would be everybody got a son who's transgender. Everybody got a daughter who's transgender. That's what it would be. Your daddy would be transgender. That's some bullshit. Go back and look up 1800s. They got pictures from 1800s. Look up two-spirited people, transgender people, African tribes, ancient Egyptian tribes, Middle Eastern tribes. Look it up. Look it up. Nobody got a fucking lie. All that shit is just to keep you confused. And motherfuckers who put up these storylines is to build clout. It's to get fat. Well, I got a born life, so let me shed life on something to make my ass look like I'm smart. You're really not. Because a lot of these motherfuckers don't even know about their life. You got a lot of motherfuckers out here who think that there's something that they're really not. You got a lot of people out here speaking about how they're African, this, and that, not even knowing that they're not even African, not even knowing that their fucking ancestors came from Polynesia. Not knowing that their ancestors was in this land before Columbus got here. But they talk about African, brother, sister, peace, all raw. Bitch, your ancestors never stepped foot in motherfucking Egypt. And that's just so crazy to me. That's what I said. I could never vibe with these internet people. I know who I am. I know my ancestors, honey, on both sides of my motherfucking family. I know who my people are, honey. We were taught as a very young child who we are, where we come from, bitch. Ain't no, well, we think, well, you know, I was a doctor, so I'm not too sure. Well, my grandmama said that we were Cherokee, but we're not too sure. Bitch, please. We got images, we got birth certificates, we got death certificates. Yes, girl. Ancestry.com. Girl, bye. We got all that shit, girl. We even got a Facebook tribe online with my family. We got new cousins coming in, cousins from the Philippines, cousins from Europe, Asia. You know, my family is spread out, military based. A lot of them are military based. And yeah, they come in. Yeah, who? This your cousin? This your second cousin? This your third cousin? And it's like, damn, that's so crazy, because he gotta look like my granddaddy, and that's not even his granddaddy. That's his great grandfather's brother. It's crazy. But like I said, if you don't know who you are, you will never know where you're going. And like I said, a lot of these people out here, they got these false sense of selves, and I'm this, I'm that. It's all for games. Ain't nobody taking you serious, boo-boo. Because if you really have power, you're really into that, like you say you are, then you'll be a lot bigger. Especially you've been doing this shit for 25 years. Where are your books at? Why don't you have a well-known site that's been up since 1980s? Why are you not doing seminars and conventions around the world? If this is really who you are, because you're on YouTube, right? Talking about you've been doing this for years, and you grew up in a household with this. Your grandmama and your grandmammy, your meemaw, and your auntie, your uncle, they all did this. You know, your grandmother was a great Hitler and all this shit. Show us the articles. Let us see the articles about this bullshit. You know, let's talk about it. Let us see it, because it's not there. This is a lie. It's a lie, girl. And that's why these motherfuckers can't stand me, because I come in truth. I stand in truth. I speak my truth. And bitch, you can't stop the motherfucking truth. The truth will always be here, bitch. Even when you're gone, even when I'm gone, bitch, the truth is always going to be here, bitch. Now, who's going to tell it? I don't know. But it's always going to be here. So like I said, stop looking at these YouTube videos of motherfuckers that act like they know what they're talking about. She evoking, they pulling in, they girl bad. A bitch who was abused, abandoned, and neglected could never evoke the energy of anybody outside of herself. Because she can evoke that energy, that she can evoke the energy of her motherfucking self and realize that her sacral energy is different from the next bitch over. So, bitch, when you talk about someone coming out greater than the next bitch, in order for you to be greater than the next bitch, you have to stand in your own damn truth. And there's no way Azealia Banks, Cardi B, anybody out there that people are saying to people, they pulling from, ooh, they pull from this, they pull from that, blah, blah, blah. And another thing too, in this video, this person said that Michael Jackson was pulling from an Egyptian character. No, they were pulling from Hanuman. Michael Jackson was trying to look like the Hindu god. That's why he moved to India. Michael Jackson was very ancient Sanskrit beliefs. That's what he was. When he was getting up out of that shit, he was going fully into that. He lived in motherfucking India, bitch. He wasn't trying to look like no damn Egyptian deity. Girl, he was trying to look like, because the truth of the matter is, that picture of that Egyptian deity that have that broken nose, that shit broke off. He was trying to look like Hanuman, bitch. Just like he had Bubbles the monkey. That was paying respect to Hanuman. If you know that. Hanuman. Google it. Hanuman. Not no damn Egyptian deity, girl. Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. And that's something too. A lot of these people, they're so self like, I know, because I read books on it. I know, because I read books on it, and someone who read a book told me about the book they read. No, girl, there's a lot of stuff that is so-called African history, that's actually a blending of all the stuff. Middle Eastern, some European, we can even say some ancient islander shit. And it's a blender. So by the time it crossed that water and get over here, you've got the watered down bullshit. And as I said, and I will always say, everything started before the Egyptians got the tea, Middle Eastern. And then it bled back. Because remember, when it all started in the motherland, we can go there, the motherland. When it all started there, you were dealing with spirits of the land and only the land. When it left out, for whatever reason, they ran, they were being invaded by something. We don't know what that is. You know, people talk about Atlantis. I won't even talk about what I know, what I've heard, what I was told, because obviously I was not living there, but what rings true to my heart, what rings true to me. You know, Atlantis, what happened there, this, that, invasion, blah, 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 blah. Girl, we could just say for layman's terms, same thing happened in Africa. So when they left out and they migrated and they went into the Mediterranean and they populated India and Afghanistan, all this stuff, girl, there was things there waiting to meet them already. Because just because right now, like, good example, we have 7 known continents, right? There's probably a lot more out there. We don't know. According to the Japanese in the 1800s, there's a lot more land out there. The world is a lot bigger than what they say it is. So imagine if we went to these lands, what type of energy or what type of spirits will be there to meet us. And a lot of these things too, because people call immigrants aliens, right? They say that's an alien. Oh, he's an alien. His alien status, right? These movies, they have people going to other lands, which look like they're still on Earth, obviously. It still looked like they went to like an island somewhere. And they're meeting with like these creatures that can like spit shit out of a flower or something. And these people get taken over, they become zombies and they start killing people, whatever. I feel like that's truth and that's lie. There are spirits that are on lands, every land has their own spirit, that could benefit the magician, the person who knows how to manipulate. And that's what real magic is. Real magic is knowing and being aware of energies. That's why I always do classes on energies. People out there who I feel are authentically connected to witchery, if you want to call it that. So I give these energy classes, I give this stuff, I talk about this, because once you are aware of energy and how it works, you're then able to take that energy and you're able to manipulate that. And when you're able to manipulate energy, you're able to get whatever it is that you want and you need in this motherfucking life with harm to none. Lying, cheating, and stealing to get ahead is not real magic. That is not truth. That is not knowing who the fuck you are. That is you taking on a false sense of self and trying to get ahead the wrong motherfucking way. It does not work that way. That's not real magic. Okay? So like I said before, it's about knowing energies, being aware of energies, and using that energy to manipulate. And you having also the self-discipline, because it starts with yourself. If you don't know how energy works, if you're not aware of how it works, bitch, first off, you don't know how you work. You don't know what makes you tick. I'm not trying to be too explicit. That's why I say there's a thin line between sexuality and spirituality. If you don't know what makes you orgasm, the word orgasm, I won't even go into that. It's very similar to a whole bunch of oregano, Oregon, whatever. Okay? When you are spiritually going through an orgasm, all of your chakras are released. They open up and they just burst. They disperse so much energy, right? That's why they say, yeah, be careful who you sleep with, because a lot of people have sex with you to suck your energy, which is very true. because your chakras are then pumped the whole time. They, you know, you're feeling out of your body, I'm tingling all over. Yeah, your chakras are opening up, bitch. That's what you do. That's what, oh God, I'm feeling something. Oh, yeah, girl, you're going into a Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is entering, girl. Let's talk about it. So that is what orgasm is. All of your chakras and stuff is opening. In order for you to be advanced spiritually, you have to know yourself, your body, what turns you on, what turns you off, what makes you come, what don't make you come. And that's what I said. A lot of people, there's a spirit of confusion of people to where they think they know themselves, but they don't know. You know, they don't know. They had sex maybe one time. They maybe, you know, had one man their whole life. You don't know yourself, girl, being one man your whole damn life. And I'm not talking about being a hoe. I'm not talking about, oh, spread yourself thin. Oh, we're talking about if you've only dated one man, the first man you met, and you got to know him on an intimate level, and that's the first man you marry, you still married time. Yeah, girl, you don't know. You don't know anything about energy. You cannot sit here and say that you are spiritually inclined. You cannot say that. It takes a lot of It takes a lot of self-power, self-discipline, self-knowing in order to master outside energies, outside sources. Okay. Now going into virgin energy, righteous energy, this is why they want to taint it, they want to touch it. You know, little kids are being molested in all religious practices because those who have pure heart, pure intention, who have not been tainted or tampered with in any way, those individuals will be very powerful magicians because the energy that's within, they grew to become comfortable with it. They know what it is that they feel. And of course, they need outside influences to help with that. And they will come into that when they get older. But a lot of people want to rush it. This is why they molest children. This is why they abuse children. They want to rush it. They don't want that shit. They don't want somebody to rise up and to say, bitch, I know what y'all doing because God showed me. God showed me the truth about what the fuck y'all out here doing. They don't want that. So this is why it's about, fucking up the mind. Let's tamper with, let's touch, let's molest, let's fuck with. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of motherfuckers, they do that because also that breaks you down. You know, I was watching a video in Dubai, I want to say. They were molesting a little 6-year-old. And I didn't see the video of this, but I saw the video of them killing the man. They actually killed the man. And my friend, who's an atheist, let's go here. She don't believe in the higher power, is going to tell me they don't have a right to play God. So, bitch, you really do believe in God and you act like you don't. But first of all, if somebody molests their children, they have committed murder. Rape is murder. Spiritual rape is a sin. When people talk about homosexuality and why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, it was not destroyed because there was men and women out here playing with each other and having sexual fun with two consenting adults. Is they were lusting after things that were not into them. They were lusting after angels who was not really into that, honey. They weren't into you, sis. And they're like, we got to get that. Who's that man? We want some of that. And yeah, bitch, that is a spiritual rape. You have committed the biggest sin when you fuck with somebody who don't want nothing to do with you. When you rape somebody, you've committed the biggest sin. You should be gone. You got to go. When you molest a kid, you got to go. You molest or touch an animal, you got to go. You got to go. Bitch, that is not okay. When there's a straight woman who don't want you and you push up on them, you gotta go. When there's a straight man who don't want you, you push on, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. So, bitch, shout out to Dubai. Shout out to Dubai because I'm about that life. Ain't no molestation. Ain't no rape. Ain't no getting on people who don't want your ass. Bitch, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go, honey. And what I would do is, honey, this is what I would do personally. If I had it my way, because people always talk about gays and transgenders, but yeah, we forget about the molesters and the rapists out there. There's a lot of rapists and molesters out there. What I would do if I had it my way, you know, the world needs to be depopulated. Yes, let's see who have committed this type of stuff, right? And I want you to catch this tea. You know, whoever's watching. If Donald Trump is watching, hey Donald, I don't know who's watching, but catch this tea. What I want you to do is I want you to take them all to, what's that place called? Cantigo Bay? Damn. Guantanamo Bay. Take them to Guantanamo Bay. We won't even know they're there, right? And you let out these dogs, these German shepherds, these wolves. Hell, bitch, y'all can let out some of the shit y'all over there experimenting with. Put them in these gates. Open that door up. Let those animals come in and just have their way. Don't feed those motherfuckers for 30 days and let those animals come in and have their way. And that's true depopulation. We won't even know what happened to them. We really wouldn't give a fuck either. I wouldn't give a fuck. You know, honestly, I wouldn't give a damn. You know, and let's start with that first. So, you know, let them have their way. Let the animals in. Let the animals go on in and, you know, let them fight. They want to mess with little kids and shit. You mess with that motherfucker. Matter of fact, I'll let some bears in there too. Let some bears and some lions. Let some bears, some lions up in there, you know, the Ringley brothers, you know, those lions attack those people. Let them in. Just let them. Girl, you go to the zoo, you know, pull them in a trailer, let the door open, let them have their way. Jesus. Anyway, let's get up off that. I gotta go. I'm infused in here. Stop being fooled by these motherfuckers who think they know about magic because they read a luckymojo.com forum or they read a book. Because I said a lot of shit come from that. And it's so crazy because they copy each other. Like one bitch, I guess there's a forum, okay, out there, a YouTube, Facebook group. And they said, what book you got today? Lucky Mojo, what you reading about? Well, I'm reading about how she took blue food coloring and she put it inside a vinegar jar and it's a sour out situations. And she go, what, really? And they all say, what you talking about? Matter of fact, I want to know the name of that group. Somebody sent me a video, a link, a snap of one of these spiritual who claim to be a high priestess. She don't know nothing about no damn lemon. You know, lemon is the staple of hoodoo work. Lemon is the staple of motherfucking hoodoo work. Okay? It's a staple. Lemon has multi-purposes in hoodoo. Okay, we're talking about traditional hoodoo, honey. Let's talk about the trees that were on the plantation. Sugarcane. What grew on plantations? Can we go there? So anyway, she didn't know what lemon was used for. And she said, hey, y'all, can y'all tell us what lemon is used for? Because someone said lemon is used for this and that, but I don't know what this is used for. Girl, let me tell you this right now. Lemon is used for everything. Cleansing, rejuvenating, renewing, and also souring out things. So, you know, I just thought that's just, like I said, they all must be in this damn group and just passing shit on and they know shit and they come on YouTube. You gonna do a video and say, yes, I am, sis. That's how they all connected. You know, the VVs and the DDs and the TTs and the Kikis, you know, Kiki, you know who she is, Piglet, the piglets, the VVs, you know, venereals, the dried ragweeds, they all connected. You know, you ever ask yourself that, how they all get connected? You got one in Texas, you got one in Indiana, one in Oklahoma, one in Alabama. They all in different age groups. They all got different lineage lines, but yeah, they practice the same damn shit. And I'm just like, that's not no real motherfucking hoodoo. Because, bitch, Memphis hoodoo is different from Texas hoodoo. And Texas hoodoo is different from Louisiana hoodoo. And Louisiana hoodoo is different from Mississippi hoodoo. And Mississippi hoodoo is different from Alabama hoodoo. How the fuck y'all all practicing the same fucking type of hoodoo? I know how, because you're all practicing Lucky Mojo type of hoodoo. Yes, that's what it is. You're all practicing Catherine Rod Irons fucking voodoo, bitch. Hoodoo. You know, the watered down shit. Yes, that's what y'all do, girl. So she came into your communities. She talked so much shit about y'all. She can't stand y'all, allegedly, you know, because I wasn't there. I didn't hear her say it. And, you know, she come on in. She get y'all all together. Oh, yes, come on in. A good old Paula Deen. You know Paula Deen, girl. She hired those black folks and talk about black people and shit. You know what they do. Girl, bye. You know what they do, girl. Girl, bad. You know what they do. She hired all y'all motherfuckers in here. She stole y'all shit. She said, what they doing down here? They do, oh, these niggas over here doing this now. Let me write a book down for this. Come on in, Pastor. Come on in, Doctor, Minister. Come on in. Let me give y'all accounts. You knew those black folks down there in Mississippi? What they tell you about that there? Oh, they told you about that? What? Mississippi, what they do? Mississippi, they do that over there? Whoa, let me write that down. What about you, Doctor? You went down to Alabama. What part of Alabama you went to? Oh, down there. What they do down there? Oh, they do that too? Okay. You went to Georgia. Oh, really, girl? What they do down there in Georgia? Okay, that's kind of like that Florida shit. We don't need that right there. Okay, and then you went over here to Texas. Oh, you said Texas a little watered down and more European than that. Okay, we don't need that. We need to sell this book as African tea. We're gonna get more people out there. Okay. Then they go higher up and they start trying to tap into that Masonic stuff up there higher up, you know, Chicago area, Indiana area, you know, Ohio, you know, over there, you know, that tri-area thing, you know, Yeah, Detroit Masonic, they want to get up on that T over there. And then she's like, well, I can't touch that because they're gonna come after me. So let me keep it back on the hoodoo shit. And then the other person said, I went down there to South Carolina. She said, what you get from the Geechee people? And they said, we ain't give you none of that shit. They said, yeah, that's that Florida shit too. We can't do that shit. So then she write a book. She comes out the book, allegedly. Then all you motherfuckers jump on it. Then all of a sudden your grandma was hoodooist, because the bitch said that in the 1960s, the hoodoo people used to go to railroad track to do this shit. Then all of a sudden y'all say, my grandmother was a hoodooist. And it's like, bitch, what? If your grandmother was a hoodooist, let's see some Alabama-style hoodoo. Let's see some Indiana-style hoodoo. Let's see some Oklahoma-style hoodoo. Let's see some Mississippi-style hoodoo. Like, that's what I want to see. Let's see some Georgian-style hoodoo. Like, I want to see this hoodoo. I want to see that hoodoo. Because there was different type of plantations in these areas, which means they had different type of magic. For a good example, maybe lemon trees weren't down in Alabama. So, bitch, what kind of shit did your people use in their hoodoo spell when they didn't have no damn lemon? Because there was no import and export shit, bitch. They have to work with the land. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm just like, it just bothers me. And this motherfucker really think they doing some shit. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I don't see no magic in this person. This person don't got to remember. Bitch, you will never know. If you don't know, you will never know. Because a lot of shit I'm not going to talk about, I'm not going to put out there. Because I have respect for myself. I have respect for people out there that I love, that I grew to love, that I have relationships with. The real voodooists out there, honey, the ones that you want to be. The real ones that practice the arts of the land. The ones that do the real shit. They got a Bible in every damn room. That's the first time, too. Somebody doing voodoo. You walk to the house, they got a Bible right there at that motherfucking front door. And it's usually open to Psalms 23, bitch. Let's talk about it, honey. And if it's not Psalm 23, it's maybe Psalms 27, maybe Psalms 91. But they got that book open right there. That's how you know. Bitch, if you don't own a motherfucking Bible, you're not doing a motherfucking hoodoo, bitch. Girl back. So that's all I'm going to say. I got to go. And, y'all kept me here good. And y'all have any questions about anything that I said, we will elaborate on that. We will elaborate on this stuff. And, we'll talk about it. And matter of fact, what I will do too, because people want to talk about what they know about Azealia Banks and what they know about Cardi B. And the bitch never even been to Dominican Republic. She never been to Haiti. She never been to Cuba. She never been to nowhere over there. Latin spirit. She ever been to Latin America? And she might be watching this video. You ever been to Latin America? Huh? You ever went over there? Because Latin spirits is ancient spirits like what the Vaticans do. Saint this, saint that, saint that. So what motherfucking Latin spirit are you talking about? Because girl, the fuck? What Latin spirit are you talking about? Girl, mama's very banji. Mama's very bad. I don't care how Azealia Banks talks. She can say "ule vuku, zade booey boo." She come out and start speaking some itoro. She starts speaking all that shit to y'all. At the end of the day, she's very much banji. She know who the fuck she is. You don't know though. When the spirit of confusion is over you, you're not aware of what's going on outside of you. This is why I say a lot of people get so confused about people like me, or even people outside themselves when you don't know you're not so bitch. How you know so much about me, but you know who the fuck you are, what you like. I know what I like. I know what I am. I know who I am. I know all that shit. That's why I can stand here in front of you, being, in your case, a man with a wig on, bitch, a motherfucking dress, and big old titties, bitch, and walk around and be confident in my motherfucking self, bitch, because it is what motherfucking is. But a lot of you people have this shit naturally, girl, and you can't be that confident. What's the tea? Let's talk about it. You have stuff naturally that you're not secured with. But you want to sit and talk about what people don't know, and I'm a little confused. You should be confused. You're confused about your damn self too. Because if you knew your power, you would have a baby with a man who's only beneficial to you. And I say that with love. I say that to you. I can't stand a lot of you hoes out there, a lot of you spirituals out there. I can't stand y'all because y'all liars. Y'all faking, y'all fraudulent. You make real spirituals look bad. Yes, you do. You make real spirituals look bad, bitch. You make me say, bitch, I can't do this. Bitch, y'all make motherfuckers look bad. And, with love, you don't know your damn self. And that's what's really going on. You looking at this, but you really reflecting on what's going on the inside. You're not comfortable in your femininity. You don't like the fact that you're feminine. You have those masculine energies projected on you because you needed to protect yourself. Yes, but that same spirit that was there, if you knew that spirit was there when it was there, then that spirit could also stop you from losing your house. That spirit could have also stopped you from going to prison for writing fake checks. That spirit would have stepped in and gave you that money. Oshun, because everybody want to claim Oshun. Let's talk about this before I go. Oshun has always been there. These spirits always stay with you. They don't just wake up and say, hey, I'm here. Like the Bible says, God is always with you. He will never leave you. He will never forsake you. That's with all these spirits. They're always with you. They can be dormanted, they can be dormant, or they can be active, but they're there with you. And Oshun, if you have Oshun with you, when you're about to go do some money shit, Oshun would have said, no, that's not the way we do it, baby girl. You have all these dreams, girl. You're a clairvoyant. You can do readings on Kanika and shit. Then Spirit would have came in and said, girl, we got to do this another way. When you were plotting to fucking go write that fake check at that bank, come on now. When that financial corporation, when you went into that bank to write that damn check, to get you some whatever the fuck you were getting, you a pack of cigarettes, we don't know. You know, the night before you planted that shit out. That was premeditated. Spirit showing me it was premeditated. Oshun would have stepped in and shut you down. She would have said, girl, there's another way. There's another way, honey. There's another way. Go donate some eggs. Go, you know, go ahead and you know, start a fundraiser. You know, there's another way. But because Oshun wasn't with you, you know, she way over there. She don't fuck with you, girl. She don't fuck with none of y'all. You know, none of y'all who claiming it. She don't fuck with y'all. She way over there. So then you're like, I need money, I need money. And guess what? The weakest spirit stepped in and said, you're going to go there, you're going to write a fake check. You're going to try to cash that fake check. Don't worry about it. It's going to go through. It deceived you. Satan deceived you. Satan had you thinking that he was your motherfucking friend. You fell for it. And he said, bitch, you going to jail now. Bitch, you going to jail. It's no coincidence that jail and hell rhyme. Jail, hell, hell, jail, hell, 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 jail, hell, jail. Bitch, it's no coincidence, okay? So you got fooled, and now you trying to act like you wasn't fooled. And even now, you still trying to tell us you're not fooled. No, we know you got fooled, baby girl. We know you got fooled. We know you got fooled, and it's okay. It's okay. You know, I feel like people who are secure with themselves will admit when they're wrong, and they will admit when they failed and they've been tricked, you know. So we know you've been tricked, you know. So the, you know, the mom out there, you know, the one that says she can't stand me, she wished that someone shoot my head off. That's what she said, honey. Hey, BB, if I don't like your ass, bitch, oh, raggedy hand, bitch, I can't stand you. You got a lot of mouth, girl. You somebody's grandmother, bitch. You talk like you somebody's sister. Who talk like that? I hope those people come out the woodworks, honey, and they look for your black ass and they hang you. I hope they lynch. Ow! Come on, lynch. Yes, come on, lynch it out. Ow! Anyway, okay, serious now. Let's back it up. To you, Miss Thing, if these spirits was around you and you can make this gay walk, you know, she got to get this gay walking. If you can make the gay walk, why does gay didn't help you walk out your house before you lost it? Why does gay couldn't stop your finance from going under? Honey, what? Huh? What? Why does Gede didn't tell you? And that's the insight right there. Because these people that practice real voodoo, they know about the Gedes and they know about the Yewas and all that good stuff too. You know, because people say Yewa is a Orisha, which is true, but Yewa is also a term for something else. I won't go into that. But, you know, if this Gede was walking with you, you know, why the fuck this Gede didn't help your ass walk out the door before you went bankrupt? Why does Gede didn't walk with you to invest your coin? Huh? Hello? That's what I want to know. Can we talk? Hello? Give me a call. Give me a call. I want to know. Call me. We could talk one-on-one. You know, shout out to the one out there. You know, she tried to say a little shy shit too. You know who you are, girl. Let's get a hey, girl. You know, she sat right there and she was like, yeah. She put on that blonde wig. She tried to act like she was me. Oh, imitation is that's the ultimate flatteration. I feel so flattered. I feel so blessed to have, you know, cisgender woman imitating me and trying to cut in on me. But she sat there and she just, you know, if spirit was with you all the time, girl, as you said was, the spirit would have made you do that wire fraud that you did. Yeah, ow, what? Spirit would have kept your ass from trying to get some money by all means necessary. Like I said, you got to get it how you live it, girl. You're from the slums. That's how you're going to get it from the slums, bitch. If you're from the slums, but your mentality is not of the slums, you're going to get it that way too. So, girl, sometimes you got to get it how you get it. Not I, said the cat, honey. Hello. But, you know, it is what it is, girl. You know, Rag, we don't know about her too, girl. You know, poor little thing. I don't know how she lived with herself. You know, if I had some magical abilities, and, you know, I have the power to manifest, and Lakshmi was with me, and Buddha was with me, and I have these love oils, you know, Tuparosa oil, and I can attract things, and I have the power that I claim I'm having, you know, then I would manage to help, you know, steal records and possibly reverse my life to where I can have my own place, my own car, and all the good stuff, so I wouldn't have to live in a 2-bedroom with 7 people. I wouldn't have to get my daughters to co-sign every damn thing I have. And that's just unfortunate. I mean, she did also file bankruptcy October 2015. That's kind of fresh, no tea, no shade. It's about 4 years now. But, outside of that, maybe you should do spells on that. So you didn't have to do that. There's a bankruptcy spirit too. So people don't know the spirit of everything. Why not do work on that? And then to the one out there in Oklahoma, who says she's doing spell work on people. She's trying to stop people's bags, then why don't you do some spell work to get your ass up out that bed and go for a walk? Walking is the best thing you can do, y'all. No tea, no shade. Get outside and touch the trees and touch the grass and get that air. Deep breaths. Deep breaths, honey. Get that blood circulating, girl. So you won't get epitego, palmatisio. You won't get the shit, your ankles, this and that. You got discoloration about behind your kneecaps. You got crevices with little mites living in it. Get out there and get that blood circulating. Get out there and get that blood going through the body. Get out there and get that blood, just going around, instead of sitting up on here reading motherfuckers down. While you behind there eating you some lemon meringue pie, some fried chicken. We know you like the Popeye chicken. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I like Popeyes too, bitch. Eating your gallons of ice cream, Plainview or Crystal View, one of them. I don't know. Your gallons of ice cream. Oh, yes it is. Oh, yes it is. Oh, yes it. It is what it is, girl. No tea, no shade. We just keeping it how it is. And then you have this other one over here, which I'm a little confused. I guess that's Tulsa's image, where she looked like a damn transgender too. I'm waiting for her to come out and say something. I won't even say her name. I'm waiting for her to come out because I know she's saying something secretly. I want you to come out, sis, because I know you one of us. Sis, I know you one of us, girl. Miss Thing, I know you one of us, honey. Come on out, girl. Come on out. Girl, she got that line way back here. She had herself put on ruffy, puffy, hypey puffies right back here, girl. But honey, sister is built like girl. I think her and Miss Indiana, her transgender friend, I think they might be, brothers secretly, That's what I feel. I feel like they connected because damn, if that is a cisgender woman, honey, she is one bitch. Oh, Jesus. She is one gullible trollop, honey. She is. God damn. I gotta go. I feel like my mouth is overloaded. My mouth is overloaded, but listen, I can back up what I say. If she feel kind of way, email me, honey. Email me, you feel some type of way, honey. Just send me a nice little email. Okay, honey, you know how to reach me. I won't even talk about poor comedic, honey. She copy everybody. She don't have her own identity. Poor thing. Poor thing, honey. Poor thing. That's just a sad situation over there. Anyway, it's just the whole thing is so sad. Can we say a prayer? Can we say a prayer for her over there, honey? Dear God, who art in heaven, God, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Let her will be done. Let her get healed and come up out of herself. Come on, Success. Hello, Jay. Yes, come on, honey. Come on with the protection sign. Come on, Jay. Come on, Success. Southern Baptist Christianity. Yes, honey. Yes. Southern Baptist hoodoos. There's a branch of it. Come on. Come on, Lotus 999. These people be saying put an egg in your dress to keep your ex away. Like, ooh, who does that? Okay, Lotus. Lotus. Yes. Put an egg in that motherfucking dresser to keep that ex away. Go ahead. Yes, and if you got rodents in your home, see what happened. Okay. Thank you, Rico. How are you, Rico? Rico, I'm calling you today, Rico. Rico, I'm calling you, honey. I'm calling you, Rico. Pick up that phone. I'm calling you. What if you don't have a name for what you're doing? For me, I just do what I feel led to do and work with my ancestors. Well, you're also considered a non-denominational spiritualist. There's nothing wrong with that, Success. But the truth of the matter is you're pulling from different areas of magic, and that's okay. That's okay. When we go into post-magic, post-error, post-wars, post-civil rights movement, because everything changed. After civil rights movements in the 50s and the 60s, things changed. Just like after the 70s, things changed. After the 90s, things changed. When there's a war on people or a group of people, things are altered. It's a distraction to do things underneath so people are not paying attention. And like I said, in the 90s, that was a big thing on AIDS. That was a big thing on Haitian and gay people. What a lot of people don't understand is, see, people talk about AIDS being a gay thing. You had a lot of Haitian immigrants in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. And what they were doing was they were also trying to get rid of the motherfucking Haitians. So at the same time the gays were getting HIV injections, allegedly, so the fuck was the Haitians. And that's what people don't understand. So you sit back here, you say that you're a voodooist, and you sit back and you talk about you know culture, you really don't. You know nothing about what you think you know about. You know nothing about that at all. You're speaking about what people told you. And that's why I said, I don't do that he say, she say bullshit like I was told. Oh, really? Who were they told by? And how they know? Can I see their source? No, well, we don't do that. Well, why are you going to talk about it then? You're not going to tell us where it's from. Then don't talk about it. So yes, there you go. You're pulling from different areas, but you're doing your own magic. There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You will grow into your success. You will grow into your self-success. I was going to say you will grow into your success. You'll grow into your success to success. Come on. Yes, the church. Of course, the pastor be feeding on the church energy. Hello. When those drums start going, that's the raised energy. People start sitting there dancing, don't know what the fuck they dancing to. You know, girl, bye. We all been to church. They be sitting there dancing, don't know what the fuck they dance to, girl. The spirits are moving. Honey, that's why you play with the drums. You play with the percussions. All spiritual things, especially voodoo, any spiritual thing that deals with nature deals with drums. You know why? Because drums imitate our heartbeats and drums imitate the natural rhythms of the earth, because the earth has a heartbeat too. People don't know that. Oil is said to be the blood of the earth. But either way, yes. So any religion that's using percussions, girl, bad. You are definitely working with nature spirits. You're definitely doing some form of voodoo. Okay, it may not be that authentic, but you are. So like I said, yes, they feed off that energy. That's why, and you're paying for their time. That's why I said, when people are like, I don't pay, I do free shit. Pastors don't even do free shit. Ministers don't do free shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Free spells for people. And your life is fucked up. Maybe that's your problem now. Oh, pity me. I live in a shack with a broken down car, because every time I get money, I give to the next person because God told me to do that. Poor you. There's no, you do for us, let me do for you now. Bitch, please. Ain't no pity you. Pity you, hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Yes, those has to be real life vampires. How are you going to do an exorcism but ain't even connected with his ancestors outside of ancestry? Right. Of course. And that's something too. In order for people to do work on you, Lotus 999, they have to know your spirits. And that's what I said. Whether or not people want to say this or not, in order for someone to do work for you, they have to know your spirits, and they have to know spirit. They have to know spirit. If you know spirit, then you know how to pick your in-life friends. If you know spirit, you also know how to get by in life. You know how to, because your friendship might go down, but your life still keeps going. Let's talk about it. You don't go back because you went back with friends. You don't lose your house because you lost one of your friends. If your house and your friendship is connected, that means that you don't know spirit. Let's talk about it in that sense. So when people are doing work for you, they have to know your spirits. I know spirit. When people call me and they say, this is why I asked for your name and your birthday. It's not that I need your name and your birthday to tap into stuff. When you give me your name and your birthday, something resonates with that energy, with those names, with the abbreviation, and I'm able to pick up energy like, oh, that's what spirit is with this person. So let me do this, A, B, Z, D, to get rid of this person, or get rid of this spirit, or to raise the spirit up. Excuse me, I poked myself. To raise spirit up. That's what it's about. To raise spirit up. Yeah, honey. She was a commercialized person. During Virtue was commercialized. Dominicans, come on, Gypsy Goddess. Yes. Yes, come on, honey. Yes, honey, come on, listen. Gypsy Goddess, I love Dominicans too. It was told by a psychic years ago that I'll be marrying a Dominican. We'll see. Dominican guys do love me. Matter of fact, there's a guy that hit me up who's Dominican. Honey, I won't say his name yet. He said he don't care. He said, I don't care if the world know if you're a transgender or not. Okay, whatever. He's a cute guy too, y'all. I think he's trying to get his green card though. Ain't that wrong with that? Bitch, it was real love, it's real love. Girl, what you gonna do? What? Yes, bitch, yes, honey, yes. He's popular in Dominican Republic, he's popular in America. Yes, honey, he's trying to make 12 here. I said, bitch, I'm moving to New Mexico. You know, so you gotta be used to that desert climate, honey, you know. You gotta be used to that desert climate, honey. You know, we could be naked all day. Come on now. We could be naked all day. We could play too. You know. It makes sense. Magic is lineage based because I remember you said magic is in DNA. It is. It is. Magic is in DNA. It was not in you. Like I said, and I will always say this. I said this on my other channel so many times. No book can teach a non-witch how to be a witch. It has to be in you. When people first start getting into book spirituality and they're afraid, oh my God, I'm afraid to do this. What happened? This happened. It's not in you, baby girl. Because like anything, you will have a deja vu experience. When you start opening books or you start getting access to people that know magic, you will start to remember shit like, wait a minute, this feels so, I remember this. This feels so familiar. I remember this. Why do I feel so connected to this? Yeah, because that's who you are. If you got a question, say, I'm afraid to do it because I'm afraid what's going to happen. You're not supposed to do it. It's not in you to do it. It's not in you to do it. That's why I say, do what is in you. Also working with spirits of your land. When you were born in wherever it is you're born at, look at what spirits were around you and look at what potential magic they were practicing. And I guarantee you that magic is going to reign true to you. And that's going to give you energy. Now we're talking about from where you were born, not where you relocated to. We're talking about where you were born. Where your mother shedded her amniotic fluid and you bled on the doctor's flow. That place, that soil. Honey, let's talk about it. When they took your placenta, honey, that soil, that place right there. You need to look at what was there. Africans, Native Americans, who was there? Go back as far as you can. What magical practice was they possibly practicing? And get into that and watch you see a big difference. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. It's not everybody to be witch. It's not in everybody. It's not. Yes. Come on. They are with you. And I always tell you this too. Your ancestors talk. Listen. Close your mouth and open your ears. Close your mouth, open your ears. Fuck what your eyes are seeing. When your eyes are closed, what are you seeing then? This is the whole process of you know, I won't even go into that. No, I will go into that. The whole process of closing your eyes is shutting down the outside world and reflecting on the inside. And the whole process of doing those 3 deep breaths is to raise your inner prana, to go into your heart chakra and to spread out. So during that time when you're closing your eyes and you're doing those 3 deep breaths, we're talking about deep breaths, girl, which you will feel good too. You can feel that oxygen travel through your whole damn body. Just those 3, you will feel that shit go through your body. The whole process of doing that is listening, allowing any energies around you to come in and to show you what you need to know. So your ancestors will talk to you. There's people that came to me that said, I didn't know what spirits around me. People told me I should be a Christian. People said I should be a Buddhist. People said I should be a Hinduist. People told me this and people told me that. And I said, work with your ancestors. Well, I don't know my ancestors, but someone said that my ancestors were rapists, a killer, murderer. I'm going to get it too. No, baby. No. No. That's not true. If you are a loving person and you are true to yourself, you will only attract spirits like that. When you are a fraudulent, fake, phony person, you should be afraid of what ancestors you resurrect. You should be. You should be afraid of whatever energy you resurrect. Because before the good comes to you, the bad is going to slap your ass. That's why I said you cannot be a magician saying you don't believe in karma. Real magicians don't say that bullshit. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that. Girl, then how are you manifesting your magic? You're putting out an intention and you're believing what you're putting out, you will get back. Is that not karma? Okay. So yes, like I said, working with your ancestors will show you things. Who should I deal with? Who is my real friend? Who should I cut off? And I'm telling you this, when it comes to my relationships, when I cut people off, Spirit showed me and I listened. Sometimes I didn't listen. That's why things happen to me. Yes, those are called self-inflicted curses. People say, cut them off, cut them off, cut her off, cut her off. And I said, no, we got a lot in common. They're beautiful. And they say, yeah, but they're not where you're at. They are not where you're at. They're still in their lower self. They're still using their transgender stuff to get ahead or as a hindrance. I'm transgender. Nobody wants me. Nobody likes me. Oh my God, poor me. You know, so Spirit's like, cut them off. They're not a part of you. Cut them off. And I'm like, no, I want to keep them. And sure enough, what happened? What happened? So everything comes at a price. Mm-hmm. Yes, come on, Mina. Hey, Mina. Come on, yes, honey. Yes, come on, honey. And Aisa, Pai. Come on, JT Funny. Yes, honey. Yes. Come on. This means so much. Okay, I read that. That's the best way, Gypsy. Start there first. Yes. They're both Trinis. Yes, they are. Come on, JT Funny. Success, house, school, or what you were doing. I remember a test, honey. Mm-hmm. You passed it now. I have 2 more tests to take later on. Come on. Yes, do that coursework. Yes. Of course. Cardi B's grandmother's a witch. Your grandmother is the maternal energy of your whole family. Your grandfather is the paternal energy. Yes, paternal energy means a lot when it comes to stabilizing. When it comes to the spiritual aspect of your life, the maternal energy is very important. It's like mother and father. Your father creates stability in your life, where the mother creates a higher spiritual experience. Your mother is your heart. Your father is the root of it all. It's your father's DNA who makes up who you are. It's your father's DNA who determines if you're going to be a male or female anatomically when you come out your mother's womb. It's not your mother. People say that, oh yeah, I think you're a clone of your mother. No, you're not. Your mother is the incubator. But your mother's job is to open you up spiritually and to keep you connected to spirit. This is why people say, my mama taught me God. My grandma taught me God. My auntie taught me God. My mom put God in me. How many people you heard say, my dad put God in me? My grandfather put God in me. How many people, come on, how many people have heard that? How many people you heard say that? I'm sure people will say, I heard that before. Yeah, yeah, you didn't hear that a lot. I know a lot of people, I've never heard that. I've never heard that, honey. You go through the spirit world through your mother. And even the Islamic people believe that too. The only way to get to heaven is through your mother's feet, honey. Respecting your mother, showering your mother with love. That's the only way to get through. Come on now. Your mother's your heart. Virgin Mary had her heart, right? She got conceived with Jesus through her heart, baby girl. She got conceived. People say crown, but bitch, we'll keep it at that. She conceived Jesus. Based on that story, it wasn't through intercourse. It was through the Immaculate Way, honey. Her heart was open and spirit entered. The information channel. Let's talk about it. Come on. Yes, honey, they call you Rubia. Come on, honey, yes. I love my melanin and now I'm black. I don't get into the mess on color. You shouldn't. You shouldn't, honey. That is a distraction. Man, woman, gay, straight, transgender, black hair, dreadlocks, no dreadlocks, that is all a distraction. If you want to wear blonde wigs, that is your tea. It's not for people to sit back and say, oh, she can't be a real spiritual because she put on blonde wigs. Well, she must be real because she kept her hair natural. Well, in magic, girl, you got to cover your hair up. You can't do no magic shit with your hair out any damn way. No tea, no shade. So, girl back. No tea, no shade, bitch. My wig is on, my hair is covered. What are you doing? My wig is on, my hair is covered. What are you doing? Bitch, please. This wig is going to catch that energy first. That's why these wigs be mad at honey. It's going to catch that energy first. What are you doing? Come on, pace yourself. Yes, come on. Yes, you are mulatto. Praise it, praise it. Come on. Come on. Come on, Ada. Come on, Ava Devu. How are you? Come on. Thank you, Rico. I'm experienced. Intelligent is what? In Spanish. Anybody here know Spanish? What is intelligent in Spanish? Huh? Can someone type in here? Because I know you guys can't say it. What is intelligent in Spanish? And then you also break down in what? In telly. What is telly? Computers is what? Come on now. Yes. 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 That's true. Yes, it is, Gypsy Goddess. And you know what? That's what I said about American Horror Story. American Horror Story, like people think that this thing is talking about everybody. It's not. It's not. It is symbolically just like the cult and just like the American Horror Story Coven. It was speaking to spiritual people. Spiritual people. Keep your shit inside. Stop going out in fucking streets. I do this, I do that. I'm gonna do this. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. And that's why they have practices where they cut out motherfuckers' tongues. Honey, they got practices where they cut out your motherfucking tongue. So you cannot sit there and say, yeah, I saw them, they did this and that. Girl, bye. What happened? They also make sure they cannot write. Let's talk about a girl that is an old voodoo spell, which transitioned over into hoodoo, plantation hoodoo. Let's talk about it. Anyway, and she says she wanted to know my magic. Yeah, Jay, Where your altar is, no one will ever go. That's why I got a walk-in closet. I'm still got a walk-in closet. No one will ever see my true altar. When I move, I want to have my thing built, and I want to have a separate piece for my home or do my spiritual workout, a whole separate thing. And it depends on where I go. I don't know. I kind of want it in the ground. Depends on where I go. Because certain parts of the world you can't dig in the ground because it fucks up and I won't even go into that. They did a lot of that in Texas. They did a lot of that in Texas. Who else? Some parts of Florida, California too. California is in for that. They dug into certain parts of the world they should not dug into, and they contaminated the area. And the contamination is Mother Earth defending herself. It's like you going to go pull roses off a rose stem, and those thorns are gonna poke your ass. Oh girl, oh y'all, I gotta go. Let me scroll down. I love you too. Yes, honey. Brokenness is kind of doing things just feel like a broken person. That's true. Broken begots brokenness. Yes. A lot of people need to patch that up first. They need to patch their ancestral line first. That's all we say. If you don't know your ancestry, bitch, you cannot get out here and say, I worship Oshun, I worship this, I worship that. Girl, bye. Those spirits are going to get you right together. And especially, think about it. Think about this living-wise. For those of you who have a mother and a father, when you need help and you don't go to your mother, well, how do your mother feel about that? I can talk about my mother. My mother is very offended. If we need anything, money, if we need assistance with something, and we don't go to my mom first, my mother is highly offended. And she's offended to the point to where she will read you down and she'll hang up on you. And my mother don't do that. And if you call her, she will ignore your motherfucking call. Eventually she get over it, but still, she's like, no. Same thing with your ancestors. Why are you going outside of me to get what you need when I provided that for you? Why? I fought for you to be here. I fought for you. I carried you over. I kept you nestled away. I kept you behind, woven into things so you can blend in. And that's what got you here. But instead, you're going to outside sources. You're going to, fuck my ancestors. Let me go ahead and work with Jesus. Fuck Jesus. Fuck my ancestors. Let me go ahead and work with a spirit that's over there in Africa. I've never been there. Don't know no Africans. If they know Africans, let me go over there and work with that. Oh, someone talk about Haitian voodoo. Ooh, that seems so fun, y'all. They got the vives. I love that. Yes, I think I'm going to practice Haitian voodoo, even though I don't really like the Haitians. Yes, let me go do it. It don't make sense. It does not work. It does not work, honey. 1 + 1, bitch, it comes out to something. Okay? Energy stone credit my car deteriorated more in a year than all the years it had since renewal. I've been living in the wrong house in town, not joke, glad I moved, and that's the car. Come on. You hardly drive. Come on. Come on, Melly. Yes, come on, Melly. Yes, come on, Melly. How are you, Melly? Yes. Thank you, Gypsy Goddess. Yes. Come on. Yes. It's your family got strangers. Oh, yes, and we know that. Yes, we know that. We know that success. Yes, honey. I remember your tea success. Your mama is not a fool. We all know this, especially when it comes down to voodoo. You don't accept powders from people or anything made from powder. Motherfucker, what you bringing me? Ain't no knock on the door. Hello. Yes, we brought you some coconut cookies. Bitch, please. Huh? What? We need that. What the fuck you putting on us? Yes, honeyman. Yes. I sure will, Gypsy Goddess. Yes. Yeah, I know success. But you know what? Spirit told me I said too much. You know, as much as I want to come here and I want to talk about a lot of stuff, Spirit said I said too much. You know, one of the videos I had was of the coven stuff. And when that channel was taken down, I said I should re-upload that video. But Spirit said, no, this is not the time and place. And I kid you not, after that whole channel was gone, there's a lot of stuff that changed in my life. A lot of stuff that changed. As you can see, I'm in one of the changes. A lot of stuff have changed. So sometimes you have to move past things. And yes, that was a horrible experience for me. Yes, I could share my story, but I want to share more on a personal level. It was a horrible situation. And, the saddest thing about it is, a lot of people didn't know about the situation, even the people I lived with. And that's why I always tell my people that are younger, that are watching my YouTube channel or anything, older people, be very mindful of them because there's a lot of tricksters. There's a lot of fuckers out there that want to lead you the wrong way. We all dealt with that. You had older people trying to influence you the wrong way, get you caught up in some shit. And now you're like, fuck, what can I do? If I tell my mom about this, my mama's going to beat me. Listen, if I can go back to the time, I would prefer to get my ass whooped than to experience what I experienced. But on the flip side of that, it was bad, but it opened me up. Because I probably wouldn't be as open as I am right now. I'll probably be like my siblings. I'll probably be the exact same way they are. Like, don't really talk about spirit, don't really talk about experiences, keep moving with my life, and still be doing that shit. I had to go through those things spiritually and dramatically to alter something. And it wasn't, thank God, a full flip. It was a 180, not a 360. And it allowed me to say, whoa, wait a minute. I'm in between it all now. Because a 360 is a whole loop, right? 180 is down the middle. So 180, you can see what's on the right hand, you can see what's on the left hand. So I'm glad it stopped right here in the middle to where I'm not too far over there. I'm not too far over here. And I see what happens to a lot of these people. They go through a spiritual, breakdown, I call it, and then they get stuck. Because at the same time, you got people that can pull you back too and say, hey, what you doing? Hey, that's not right up. And that's what happened. And we use celebrities as one of those examples. They were meant to go through with something and they got held back through friends and there are certain people in the ear, and they got stuck. So there was a shattering of something, and they got stuck in between. So they're still who they are, but they're like, this thing is still there. Let me go into it. And when they have that breakdown that we all see. We all see. So, yes. Come on. Yes. Do I have those old videos? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, honey. I got them on an external flash drive. Yes. When I was younger, I thought my poppy was crazy, but now I'm older. I actually understand him. I totally understand him. Yes. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, honey. Look at Rose. Look at Gypsy. Thank you. Thank you, Gypsy. Hello, Cherie Ballsy. Hey, Miss Ballsy. Yes. Hey, Miss Ballsy. Long time no see. What do you think about the death of Ancestral Witch? Wait a minute. Who is that? Cherie Ballsy. Well, a lot of people from the spiritual community have passed on within the past 2 years. A lot of people. Now, this is what I always say, and I don't care what nobody say. If we are living in the end times, which I do feel we are, not the end times where everybody's going to die, but we're going through a great transitional period, okay? People that are dying before that time are going to be stuck somewhere, or something that they have to reevaluate within themselves. So they're going to come back and they're going to redo it before that time is up. And I always tell people this too, how we know that we're going through end time or transitional period spiritually. A lot of people are having twins, and a lot of people are just having babies. Like some people are getting pregnant on their 6-week checkup. And that's because a lot of spirits are trying to hurry come in and finish out what they need to do before we go on to the next age. So a lot of people think we're already in the age of Aquarius, or we're already in the age of whatever it is they think we're at, and we're not there yet. There's a lot more that we need to understand, and whatever it is that Donald Trump is doing is going to take us there. But people are not understanding. They're not letting go and letting God. You think that you can play God. Oh, Donald Trump, he got to go. Let's impeach Donald Trump. That is all distraction. The Most High controls good and evil. The Most High controls the right hand and the left hand. The Most High controls what is below and what is above. So all things happen for the greater good of humanity in whole. People forget about that though. So like I said, a lot of these people that are passing on, they got it right a little bit, but they hit something. And that death right there, that's called a spiritual death. The first death is a spiritual death. Before anything have come up, okay? That first death right there is they missed it. They missed it, so they have to go. And then, of course, they come back, and they're going to redo it before that time comes where there's no more. And, of course, we've had a lot of ages end and begin, but we're actually progressing forward now. And people are trying to stop that. And that's why I get so irritated with these spiritualists, because they're not seeing that. I see spirit, I see God, I talk to angels, but these spirits are not telling. And even these alien motherfuckers, I see aliens, they walk down, it is that old bullshit. If these aliens are coming from another dimension in space and time to tell you, why wouldn't you be the ones to help push forward what is to come? This is why we're living, everything is happening right now. The things from the 30s, the things from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, everything is happening spontaneously. The old shit is coming back up. Nothing's under the sun. You look at TV commercials, they're showing old school shit. And there's a reason for that, because we are really getting ready to go into a different state of being. And everything that we know right now is going to be obsolete. I guarantee you. Everything's going to be obsolete. I guarantee you, before that even happens to you, you will see basicness. People are not going to care about their cars, their houses, how much furniture they have. They're not going to care about that. It's going to be so basic. And that's how you know we're really about to be transitioned spiritually. Okay, because remember, we give power to all things. We give power to the light that's right here. We give power to the computer. We give power to the candles. We give power to the money. The money that we work so hard for, we slave over. Without us, that would be nothing. It would be worth nothing, because it takes people to buy in. When they say buy in, that don't mean you take money to buy money. It means you got to get people to latch onto that frequency to make that currency go up. And the whole thing about American dollar going down, that don't mean that's going to be the end of something. Or it's going to be the end of something. That don't mean the total end. Okay? That just means that everybody has bought into what we call the American dollar now, and it's being weakened. It's being weakened because there's too many people buying onto it. And the people that are buying onto it, our thought processes are changing, because we're all creators. Now, we all may not be witches, and we all may not be the power to manipulate energy, but we all have the power to create, right? So in that process, our minds are changing. People who use money to buy things, obviously, our thoughts are changing. So because our thoughts are changing, the money has to change. And when the money's changing, then people are saying, oh my God, the dollar's changing. Y'all better be careful. The dollar gonna collapse. Who cares? Who fucking cares? Before the dollar was here, we were here. When the dollar's gone, we're gonna be here. Who cares? But it's all a mind game. It's all a distraction to keep you weak and to keep you out of your higher self. It's to stop you right here. This is why everybody's in their feelings, because your heart chakra deals with your feelings. Everybody has got here and they're stuck or they're dropping down. You got to get here and go up. See things for what it is. Duality. That person is who they are. Let them experience their experience. You would, if you were a higher person, a high priestess, a high spiritualist, you would not look at a transgender woman and say, oh, that's the nigga anyway. That's the nigga wanting to be. No, bitch, you will understand it from a spiritual point of view. That is a spirit having experience being a transgender in this life. If you're a real spiritual, you would see a broken woman who was molested, broken down, right? Whatever the case. You would say that's where she's at in her life. That's where it's at in its life. Let it go through this to come up out of it. And that's what I said before. You don't push yourself on the people. People who want a way out of the hoods, out of the welfare system, people who want a way out of anything, They will ask for it because we all have a mouth to ask. The ones who don't, they confident, you can't really help those people. You don't reach out to them. Hey, I can help you. Bitch, please, she know how to find you. She know how to find you. And that's what I said. I don't sell nothing. I'm not here to promote anything. I don't promote my talents. That's why you don't see videos of me doing my workings. I don't do that. When you want help, you know, they say you need a teacher will appear. When you want help, you not ask for it. A lot of you do it. That's why I have people that support me, because you asked for it. That's why you're getting it. People come to me, didn't have shit. And I'm not even talking about that in a bad way. People came to me before me, they didn't have nothing. Together, we work together. My spirits work with their spirits. We were on the same frequency, so the spirits aligned up. The spirits aligned, honey. And when that happened, things got knocked out. People moved out. People got new cars. People got new houses. People got jobs. People were destined to be nothing, and now there's something. People have big dreams that nobody else believed in, but I believed in it because my spirits told me that it was possible. Me talking to them, I knew it was possible. And they said, oh, it's not happening. 6 months, it's not happening. A year, it's not happening. It's coming, girl. Trust me. And bam, people right here went from being a basic person to making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. The honest way, because I believed in them, and then they started to believe in them. And the spirits have to. When you feel something, there's spirits that are influencing that, or you're influencing spirits. So, yeah. Yes, honey. I don't know who Ancestral Witch is. I'm sorry, I got kind of off the topic. Okay. Who the hell is Ancestral Witch? I don't know who it is. I'm going to have to look her up. Yes, you got to wipe the crown out while you're practicing. Yes, that's energy. Your hair is actually your insides on the outsides. The quickest way to get into somebody's immune system is through their hair. People don't know that. Your nails, too. Your nails, your hair. I wear acrylic nails for one reason. I wear wigs for one reason. Can we talk about that? I also put on BB cream and all that shit for another reason, too. Okay, let's talk about it. People don't understand that now. You wear fake nails, you wear fake this, oh, you're fake, you're not really spiritual, you're spiritual. You know that shit is toxic. My immune system could fight it off. Trust me, it could. Yes, I have a strong immune system on both sides of my family. Yes, family was nothing but smokers, and they lived to still be 90, 101, 87, still. And a lot of my family members died of broken heart too, because they grew up in a struggle, and they didn't see outside that struggle. And I kind of, you know, that kind of gets me a little emotional thinking about that. So I really try not to think about that. But family members of mine that older, they never saw outside of their box. And of course, that could be a generational curse too, but they never saw outside their box. So the things that I'm doing, I feel privileged to do it. I feel privileged to be a transgender woman. I feel privileged to know people from, the islands. I know people from Europe. I know people from South America and Asia. You know, I feel privileged for that because, you know, my ancestors didn't know anybody outside themselves. They didn't know a random person in Europe while they're over here in America. All they knew was their family. They have family over there. So like I said, I'm privileged to be living. And I love that. And I honor that. I respect that. So, yeah, like I said, protecting, wrapping up your nails, you know, protecting your hair. You know, don't let motherfuckers pull on that shit. You know, I know it's cute and gorgeous. Don't let motherfuckers come up and swipe you up. You know, sleeping in people's beds and shit. You shedding your skin cells and all that. Don't you do it. Don't you do it, honey. You spend the night at my house. I don't spend the night at your house. There's a few people's house I spend the night at, honey. And that's it. I don't spend the night at everybody's house, girl. I don't care. Girl, I'll pay for that hotel. You can stay at my house, bitch. No, the fuck I can't. You get my hair in your shower. You get my nails in your motherfucking house. You get my skin cells. Girl, bye. I'm not a fool. I know very well what's going on. Let's say you were born in a spiritually dead area in the world. How would you go about elevating spiritually? Well, you call upon those spirits. Everybody has the energy, or the World Wide Web. It's still energy, because when you Google stuff, you're tapping into energy and frequencies. That's why I don't Google everything. Okay? You have the fingertips to. So learn where you're at. Learn where your people come from. Plant care, you know where your people come from. Learn what they were practicing on that land. Ask a question. It's about conversating. You have to communicate with spirits. You have to communicate with energies. Okay? That's why I say go into your home and speak energy out or speak energy in. You have to speak it, honey. Words have sound. You know, it takes vibrations to create sound, right? Frequency to create that, resonance to create that. So speaking into something or speaking of something resurrects energy. We know this when we talk about people we have not heard from in years and they appear. We know that. So you have to know what spirits are in the land you're from or you're in now. Do your research and then tap into that because it's in you. It's in you. It's in you, honey. There's a reason why those spirits allow you to even be born there anyway. And I always tell people that I was looking for belladonna, nightshade. I was looking for mimosa. I was looking for a whole bunch of shit. Ask people around me, yeah, mimosa grows wild on this street. Yeah, this grows wild on there. Oh, you look for that? That's a belladonna's near the Delta. And I'm like, whoa. Everything you need is around you. You don't have to go travel to Brazil to get those herbs because I'm sure there's an herb near you that will benefit you. Come on now. I'm sure there is. Come on. Inteligente. Come on, plant care. Inteligente. What does gente mean in Spanish? Do you know? Do you know? Come on, honey. Come on. Inteligencia. Come on, yes, come on. So do you know what gente and hancia means in Spanish? I'm sure y'all do. I'm sure y'all do. I'm sure y'all do. I'm sure y'all do. Break down those words and you know exactly what that means. What that means, where true intelligence comes from. It's not in a book. Trust me that. It takes experience to make true wisdom. And intelligence is wisdom. It takes experience. Yes, the fracking shit. There you go. West Virginia, Maryland area, yes. Earthquakes happening in people's house falling in, yeah. And that's something too. Everybody was talking about Kanika and shit. What about that boy that was working in the house, a black boy, and the house, there was something that happened. There was a dungeon or something and it blew up. Y'all hear about that in Maryland? Why wasn't nobody talking about that? Like, why would Spirit tell you to only jump? Well, I know why. Spirit would tell you to jump on what's popular because you are a popular seeking bitch. You are an attention seeking whore. That's what it is. You want clout. You don't want to talk about what's really spiritual. You want to talk about what is spiritually interesting. And real spirituality, I mean, it's interesting to me. It may not be interesting. You may not really like what's real spiritual. This is why these commercialized people add their little fake twist to it. Because, you know, you don't want to have to go down to Mississippi to get certain items, you know, or you don't want to have to go over there to New York to get certain items. Because every state has something that will benefit magic, even though a lot of the stuff is still similar. Like, you know, cinnamon you can use in replace of other stuff, same thing. But people, you know, they don't want to have to do that. So let's be fun. Let's add shit in. Let's say we can use this in replace of that. Yes, that sounds very fun and entertaining, but that's not real hoodoo. That's not real spirituality. That's not real power. That's wannabe. And like I said, people who know real hoodoo or real spirituality, we know the fake from the phony. Okay, we know the fake from the motherfucking phony. There's no way that if you're practicing Alabama hoodoo, you're practicing Texas hoodoo, that y'all hoodoo is the motherfucking same. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way, honey. There's no way. Nope. There's no way. Nope. You won't convince me that. You won't convince me that, girl. 20 people in one room. We heard the same story. We're all going to have a different story. We're all going to have a different perception of that story. How is it that 20 people hear the same story and they all have the same exact perception and they all entertain y'all the exact same way? Because it's bogus, bitch. They're liars. They're lying. They're lying, honey. Yes, it does change. Come on. Yes, it does change. Yes, it does. Yes, let's hello, Miss Shaya. Yes, let's keep channeling to us. Come on. Yes, send 11 like she's you, Shaya. Come on, Shaya. Yes, come on, Shaya. Yes, you're a loner. I feel the change as I need to do, and I see fit freedom. Yes, I'm solo too because, like I said, I don't fit in with people. I've experienced things. I've seen things. I've felt things that people do not understand. And a lot of people I fight with because I see my point of view. I feel my point of view to be true for me, and they try to change that. And that's why I think that the devil works to people. That's why a lot of people, I befriend them, and then you hear me say, I cut them off. I'm not friends anymore. Because they saw what I was doing, and said, oh, that's interesting. But they were still here, right? They were still in this lower stuff. So when they saw, oh, girl, wait a minute, you about that life. I can't do that. Then they start trying to get me to fall with them. No, baby girl, that's not going to happen. I'm seeing my truth. That's only happening because you need to go through that to elevate yourself. I've already been through that shit. Or I've seen people go through that, and that was an experience for me because I felt that emotion too. When you're emotionally connected to something, that is the most powerful thing that you will ever experience. Emotional connections So, bitch, yes, you go through that because you need to go through that. But I'm not going to sit here and experience this shit with you over and over again because you're not understanding. And then you're going to create blockings for me. And then I'm going to have my blessings blocked. And then I'm not going to elevate. And I've said before, when I'm elevating, people around me have to elevate too. If we're friends and you're not elevating like I'm elevating, something about you is not on my level. We're not meant to be that. And I'm okay with saying goodbye. I'm okay with saying we're not meant to be, sis. I'm okay with that. You know, life ends eventually. You know, this life ends eventually. But yes. Yes. That's true. Come on, success. Lotus 999. That's what it is about. They're looking at me, all my haters on YouTube. They're looking at me being younger than them, saying, damn, I wish when I was that bitch's age that I was able to have access to the things that that bitch have and to be able to present it the way that bitch presented. All of them, honey, they get high or they look like they high. They get high, they act high. You know that shit. They look high or they are high. And then they come on, y'all, we gonna come here today and talk about spirit. And spirit told me today, and it's like, if you knew so much golden gems and so much golden nuggets, then why the fuck you're 50 years old on a Hobby Lobby farm? Why the fuck are you not like Lady Oshun, traveling the world, going to Europe, London, Australia, all these good places, meeting these people? Huh? If you've been doing this for all these years, oh God, I grew up in it, then why the fuck are you still stuck in your neighborhood? Ah, what? Grow by. What you invest in will grow. It never dies. It keeps growing. That's why I always say, keep your investments very, very, keep your investments well. There you go. That's what I'm saying. There's another word. Anyway, invest in good things because your good things will grow. Invest in bad shit and foolery. That's what's going to happen to you. You backtrack. You know, shout out to the motherfuckers that were over here. Then they fell back. Hey, we didn't want you over here anyway, girl. We didn't need you. You know, Ephraim, whatever, honey. Whatever the fuck, he, she, whatever. I don't know what that is. Whatever the hell that demon is, honey. Girl, bad girl. How's your house doing up there? How does it feel to be a single mother up there in that lonely, lonely house that you got in Sacramento? Bitch, please. Where your man at? Where your baby father at? Anyway, let me stop. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wow, that is sad. Wow, that is really, really sad. I never know who that was. I'm gonna have to look up to see. I have to look up to see who this person is. That's sad though. Let me look really quickly. Let me look really quickly. Well, there's a lot of stuff that comes up. And just so happened the video that I clicked on has 666 views right now. I don't know if I made that 666 views or it's already there, but I'm looking at this person, and I mean, like I said, I know this person like that. I won't go too much into that, but there's definitely some spiritual detachment and spiritual attachment with this person. And I'm not just saying that because this person appears to be non-African, because obviously this person has African roots in them, looking at the future and stuff, no matter how like they look. But there's something that happened there. And yeah, that's sad, honey. Yeah. Yeah. I'm okay. I found it through Sensitive Hella. Well, yes, there's a lot of that. You know, there's a lot of, you can tell that she paid her respect to African origin. I would have to click on more of her videos to see exactly what she's all about, but I definitely see some stuff there. There's a lot of things that were imposed on that individual, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. There's a lot of stuff that was imposed on that person. They were not operating out of their true self. And I always say this too: when you are not operating with your own individuality and your own creativity, failure steps in, it takes over. And that's why the mambo that called me and we talked, I won't say no names, she specifically said, what is not yours in the first place, you will never own. So when things, and what is mine, it came from me. I created it. It came from my thoughts. It came from my feelings. It took my spiritual energy to conjure up and to procreate it, right? Anything outside of that is not mine. I'm borrowing it, and or I'm possibly being connected to it for a temporary time, just temporarily, right? But what is not mine, it did not come from me. It did not come from my essence. You know, I have no control over that. And like I said, going into that impulsive stuff, people only fail when they do things that are not from themselves. Like someone taught them how to do it. Someone told them, you should. This would be better for you. And that's how I was telling you, you got to go with what you're really passionate about. If you don't do what you're passionate about, you'll never be happy doing it, and you'll never be successful doing it. Don't get a job as a lawyer because it pays good. Don't get a job as a teacher because it pays good. Don't get a good job as a counselor because it pays good. Don't get a job as an administrator of a hospital because it pays good. If your passion is not what is in the job description of that job title or the position you're trying to hold, don't do it, because spirit would always come through and antagonize you and say, bitch, it's not what you want. And then even when you really want it to, you'll really get tested too. Because sometimes you also experience setups, not setbacks, on areas of life that you're trying to grow in. I always talked about expansion. I always talked about putting myself out further. I don't want to be like these other spiritualists, be on YouTube for 10 years and no one ever met you. No one ever came to you and did work with you. Like, no. That's why I said I want to start doing in-person work, and I haven't done in-person work. I want to actually start traveling more and actually meet with people like you all, to go to different states, different countries, and meet people. And of course, everybody I won't be able to meet, I won't be meeting, because of course, you know, we might be here, but just, I got to have respect. You know, there's powers and principalities, authorities and principalities over different boundaries or different areas, and just, we're not going to vibe. You know, you can come and see me. You know, you're more than welcome to come out and see me. But me going out there, it's never going to happen. And I would say that if I don't vibe with an area like Los Angeles, California, I don't vibe with that area. Me going down there, me staying down there, that probably will never happen. I'm not a fan of LA. LA is very demonic. It's the city of falling angels. It's very corrupted, publicly and privately, and that energy makes me nauseous. And I'm not just saying that to say that. I've been sick. I've been to LA several times, and every time I go, I get sick. I travel to other parts of the world, and that shit don't make me throw up. That shit that makes me throw up in LA is that energy. That energy makes me feel nasty. It pulls me down, and it makes me feel disgusting. And I feel it. It comes up. I'm telling you, it's horrible. So that's why I don't do LA. I don't go to LA. And people in LA, when they say come down, no, you come up. We can meet outside LA, but below those mountains right there, won't be down there. Hell no. Orange County, I've been there several times as well. I can do Orange County, even though I can still feel that, and it's still like, you know, I have to fully rest when I'm there. LA, no. Nope. Tried it several times and I got sick. Different seasons, all that. Nope. Won't do it. So the same thing with other people. I will never be in certain parts of the world because that energy is not good for me. Vegas, I loved. Time actually slowed down for me in Vegas. Texas, I love. Louisiana, not Louisiana. Florida, I love. South Florida, I love. Beautiful, pleasant. Time to not slow down there. It actually felt like it was speeding up. I don't know why, but I definitely enjoyed the energy there. You know, but yeah, like I said, I don't know, you know. Yes. So wait a minute. So wait, I'm confused. So Ancestral Witch had kids that also died in the fire. Do they know what caused this fire? Oh, that gotta be a horrible death. That gotta be a horrible death. Fire. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So yeah, that's that. But anyway, y'all, I have to go. I stayed here past my time. It was a lot of information. There was a lot of information, a lot of things that we shared. And, you know, I gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go pee pee. You gotta go pee pee. You gotta go poo poo. You gotta go pee pee. You gotta go poo poo. You gotta go pee pee. You gotta go poo poo. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go pee pee. You gotta go poo poo. Oh, poor baby. You gotta go pee pee. You gotta go poo poo. You gotta go let the pee pee out. You gotta go let your pee pee out. Oh, poor baby. What you gonna go pee on? You gonna pee in my house tomorrow? Huh? You gonna pee in this house tomorrow? You gotta go pee pee, y'all. You gotta go outside and go pee on the tree. You gotta pee on the tree. Huh? You gotta pee on the tree. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. Oh, poor baby. Come here. Come here. Come closer. Come closer. Anubis is such a boy. Honey, he likes to be loved on, but not too much. Well, listen, I'm going to go, and I'm glad you all stopped by. And like I said, any question about any topic that we talked about tonight, I will glad to talk about that one subject in depth. I would love to. Archangel Michael is definitely something I will go into because, you know, a lot of people don't understand Archangel Michael neither. A lot of people out here doing some shady ass shit, talking about they call him Archangel Michael. And I'm like this, when it comes to angelic magic, there's a protocol to that. You know, there's a protocol. You can't just go buy Archangel Michael candle and light it and think that it's going to work for you. You know, same thing with the 7 African power candle. Everybody out there getting that. You got Christians, Catholics, everybody getting it, girl. There's a protocol that you have to go into to tap into those energies. So anyway, one more question, any more questions? If not, I'm gonna go. Any more questions? One more question? I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Hello, I gotta go. I gotta go. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. We don't care. Anyway, Rico, if you're available, I'm going to call you right now, Rico, if you're available. And shout out to those of you who joined the New Moon Ritual. If you were having any issues joining the New Moon Ritual, maybe symbolically it wasn't meant for you to join. I'm just going to say that, you know, maybe it wasn't meant for you to join. We'll be doing other events. Maybe I may do a style and think, I don't know, I want to be somewhere very ghostly. I want to do some work very ghostly. Yes, I'm gonna go to a place where there's a lot of ghosts and spirits and goblins and gooblers and doppelgangers and I want to get there. I want to touch it. I want to come on in and invoke that energy. I want to get crazy on Halloween. Yes, the big girls want to play, so it's time that we show the big girls how you really play. We're not in school. We're not thumping people or pulling your hair and shit, girl. Like we're really in it, girl. We're really in it to get it. How you doing? How you doing? So anyway, I guess that's all. Yes, honey, that's that about Ancestral Witch. You know anything about her? Never seen her. That's so crazy. Knowing people talk about people, I wonder why they didn't talk about her. Do we share the same enemies, honey? Oh, we do. We share the same enemies, honey. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Uh-huh. We share the same. Yes. We share the same. And you know what's so crazy? No, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I shouldn't say that, honey. Anyway, I gotta go. Love and light, everybody. 28 Spirit 8 Mystic 8.blogspot.com. You can Google that. The link is also in the box for services, products, and whatever. I'm actually gonna have a tab on there too for you to be able to meet me in person and we'll do some stuff together. I said I was gonna have that. Maybe we're gonna have an in-class person because I have a lot of people that are in California, maybe not in my area, but you can travel up here. And I also have those prices for you. Post on there. I'm trying to actually get a website, but I'm gonna wait. I'm holding off. I'm waiting on it. You got to maintain your site. You got to pay to maintain that site. And I want to make sure, honey, like I said, that it's more profitable to me to have one than to not have one. At this point, without it, it's looking good. So it is what it is. But also, too, what else? There was something else I was going to say. It slipped my mind. Damn. Oh, in person. Yeah, you'll be able to come in person, get work done. And, of course, it's going to still be affordable. It won't be like no 3,000, 5,000, 8,000. And then, of course, future-wise, like I said, I'm going to be hitting the road in the next upcoming weeks. And if you're in my area, I don't know. I'm going to look. I think I know one of the areas I'm going to. I know someone there. I'm thinking I'm going to put something out there to see, like maybe a flyer or something with information on that people can reach out to. And if I get about 10 people in that area, do it. Because, bitch, I don't want to be renting no damn hall or nothing, bitch, up there and only like 1 or 2 people. Because I might as well offer individual classes, right? I might as well say, oh, maybe that's a better idea. Offer a class versus a seminar. Anyway, but yes, that's how we're doing. Next upcoming weeks. I'll put that out there later. Sooner than later, but later. Anyway, bye for now, y'all. I hope you have a good day, honey. I gotta go. Happy Tuesday. Today is a powerful day. Yes, honey. Today is the day of Mars influences. A lot of people focus on the negative. Today is the day of war. Today is also the day to add energy and frequency into your work. Mars deals with also strength and courage. It deals with empowerment. It deals with the root chakra. So fight or flight. That's what it's about. Okay? So anyway. One of the little girls survived, but is a critical condition. The other one perished. So was this through candles? Was this through candles? And the candles burned down our house? Come on, that's right, Sherry. Come on, Sherry Baldy. That's right. It's okay. We're about to go right now. We gotta go. I know I'm dressed. I know. I do my YouTube video. Yes, I have to talk to my YouTubers. Don't be trying to sit here and act like you mad at me. I have to talk to them. You give a fuck about that? I'm your mama. You don't run shit. I don't give a fuck about that. You don't run it. You don't run it. Bitch, you don't fucking run it. Bitch, leave me alone. 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 Anyway, y'all. I gotta know. I wondered that also. Yeah. 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 You got to be careful, honey. Yes, you got to be careful. But anyway, y'all, love and light. TrueExperimentSaid@gmail.com if you have questions about the products or services. And of course, if you have any problems reading any links or you don't have access, send me that email, okay? So anyway, y'all, bye for now. Great conversation, great topic. Like I said, it went over a little too much. I don't want to keep it simple, basic. I didn't want to go too much into things. But, you know, we did it. It is what it is. Bye for now, y'all. Love and light. See y'all in the next video, okay?